Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Four Pillars podcast. My name is Tyler, one of the pillars, one of your hosts, joined by all three of the pillars, Ethan, James and George.
Hello, everybody.
Person in James's living room.
Hello.
We've got quite a setup. This is much better than last time, though it took a whole day to find these microphones yesterday around your hometown.
It's a funny story behind that, actually, with how it played out, because the initial plan was to go to Curry's, because they were on the Curry's website, weren't they? These lapel microphones. I thought, oh, problem solved. We go over there. Obviously, they don't have any in. They say there might be some in Coventry, and we go and we sort of debate for a second, then go, nah, fuck that. Coventry just doesn't sound like a vibe.
How long away is it?
It was about an hour away.
Yeah.
It was about an hour's drive. But the funny thing is where we were today. Is the fact that we didn't record yesterday like planned anyway, and then today we went up to was it Warwick Castle first and then Kenilworth Castle?
Yeah.
And what I noticed when we got and sat down was that's right fucking under Coventry.
Yeah,
So
it
we
is.
actually
It really is.
so
but
we
but
tried
this
to
is
fix
working
some
too.
of it.
But this is working too.
Yeah, I mean it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
So we hope it'll be alright. You know, if you're listening to this right now, then it was fine. Everything's good, or it wasn't, and it's kind of scuffed, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I like this setup a lot more than last time, where we're the smallest table known to man, and we have a bunch of different, like, USB microphones. The syncing was fucked. It was a disaster. These are two mics going to one mixer with one camera. We're sweet. We've got lights. It's a lot more professional than last time. We were using an iPhone to film last time. It's fantastic. So we've got a TV in front of us, so we can actually watch George's recommended right in front of us as we go. Keep it casual. James and I've got some House of Dragon red wine.
We do.
And we do have some announcements, some things to talk about as well. But, I mean, first of all, how are we all? George, how are you?
Doing good. I'm doing great. We spent all day at castles. I love castles. They make me very happy. And now we're recording a really weird episode of the Four Pillars podcast. So I'm doing great. You know, I was fucking tired as shit before recording this, but now I'm doing good.
It does feel a bit weird to be in person, but also
It doesn't feel too weird.
we're also sitting in the exact same position as the last episode we're in person without planning that. I just realised that.
Oh yeah, because I had
We're
James
in-
here.
yeah,
and
we're
we
at the
sort of at this sort of angle. George at the other end.
Yeah.
You reckon
Yeah,
this
I won't
time
be sweating
his
this
hair
time,
will
it'll be
drop?
fine, yeah.
His hair just drops.
No,
and that's
it
how you
won't be
know.
happening. It's good temperature in this room. In the room we filmed the last real life episode in, I was sweating like a madman. It was really fucking humid in there. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, I mean, in person, so obviously I've flown over from Australia. You guys haven't flown to Australia. That's how we're here, and that's why we're checking out castles.
Yeah. You don't have castles in Australia, so
We do.
not interesting ones.
Not interesting. I don't even know if you'd call them real ones. I feel like they were just built for
shits and giggles.
for shits and giggles.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean.
For
I
shits
can
and giggles.
fucking smell that wine, Jesus.
Can ya?
Yeah, it smells like some quality wine.
I need the mic. I keep forgetting I need the mic to be able to speak.
Yeah.
It's not normal or natural. It doesn't feel right.
How much of that wine do you have left? How much do you have?
Plenty.
Do you reckon I could get a glass? It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll
Yeah.
have to go do that right.
Okay, George's gonna do it now.
Grab a glass. Bring the glass and bring the
bottle.
wine and
Bring
then
the bottle.
pour it in with the mic.
Such a good idea.
And we can hear the wine pour in.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Just don't pour it on the mic.
In the Penguin. It's in the Penguin. I do like the handhelds. There's something about the handhelds that I
There's
enjoy.
something about holding a microphone, I suppose.
Yeah,
You think it would be tedious, but it feels kind of right.
it feels right.
It
Especially on a
feels-
couch.
Yeah, it feels like one of those. Have you seen those panels where it's like people, like a row of actors talking about whatever, and they're just cracking jokes into a microphone, and it's nice and bassy, and
No one can hear you.
Not going to hear George.
I just want to run a commentary on what George is doing.
I keep forgetting that I need the mic for you guys to be able to hear me, but we got some of the House of the Dragon fucking wine right here. I'm really vibing to this wine. Going to pour a glass of it right now.
Yeah, pour it. And then we can make these announcements and we can get on them with the rest of the show.
As well. Oh, wait, pour it with the mic.
Yeah.
So you can hear it like ASMR.
Yeah, get the sounds of it in, alright? Oh, listen to that, dude. How amazing is that?
Beautiful. And as well, we were talking about, just while everyone's getting sat down, we were talking about we've gone to see some castles.
Yeah.
Those vlogs will be out at some point.
Yeah.
You'll see, or one single vlog, you'll see the castle stuff.
But
We
we're
did
doing
film
another
it.
vlog, probably.
We're doing, yes, we are doing another one. Yeah. So there'll be that.
Yeah.
There'll be stuff. We've done some stuff. Not as much as last time, but
I had 2 full weeks here last time, whereas I've spent
Yeah.
2 full weeks in the UK. Well, more than by the end of it, but I've been floating around on my own for bits, and I was with Eddie for a couple of days from Conversations. I went to Brighton on my own for my birthday, which was fantastic. Went to Southampton, saw a few of our community members there. And then we all sort of ventured to Norwich and then to here, where we all
Yeah.
had a bit of a Four Pillars family dinner. And then we've been, hanging out ever since for the last couple of days.
yeah.
It's been great.
It's been a little bit different because last time it was almost like a business trip sort of thing,
Yeah.
like in a way.
Yeah.
We had like obviously the meetup plan. We had a bunch of like content stuff planned. Like we did the big skit and everything. But this time, I mean, like I said tonight, I've not even like posted a picture of any of us. Like we've been
Yeah.
together for a bit. I've just kind of like vanished from the internet just to, I guess, hang out. Which has been, it's been nice. It's been a good vibe. We've just been having a good time, which is, it's.
I did say
nice.
before when I booked the trip and we were talking about me coming, I did say this isn't going to be a business trip. I'm on holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we can't all be in person and not do stuff.
something,
It doesn't make any sense to not do, at the very least, a Four Pillars podcast together.
Mm-hmm.
And, go to the Bit of Stones felt like we had to do it because Ethan wasn't there last time. So I was like,
Yeah.
just to complete the meme, it had to be done.
We had to do it. Yeah.
It was done. In fact,
I know how it feels to get double XP.
I literally have one of the Bit of Stones from the Bit of Stones area
Hang on.
in my hand right now.
We all got souvenir.
We all took a bit of stone.
We did.
A singular. No, it's fine.
Right, here we
We've
go.
got- We've got on the video. It'll be on the vlog.
Yeah, you can see that in the video.
Bear with me.
We all picked
Here's
our
my
own
bit
stone.
of the old. Oh shit! There you go. My bit of stone.
We all took our own stone for the Bit of Stone.
Yes, we
So-
probably shouldn't have done that, but nobody was looking.
No one was looking.
Nobody's looking. Nobody cares about a bit of gravel going missing.
That's true.
Let's be real. They probably put it there last year.
Can I move the camera?
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels like it's pulling towards George.
It-
I don't know if that's happening.
Yeah.
Pulling towards, but it's pissing me off.
It
Professional.
does feel like
podcast.
it needs to be moved a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, well, let's get some business out of the way. Because I feel like it needs to be said, and I feel like I'm going to say a little bit and then we can pass it round because I have a bit to say about this in particular. I'll start with me, just on a personal level. Obviously, I retired my YouTube channel this year. It's something that's been a long time coming. I haven't had goals for it for a long time. I haven't really wanted anything from it for a long time. I have a great career outside of YouTube in my personal life that I enjoy. I've got a lot of hobbies that I love to do. I don't play video games anymore. It's just not for me, and that's okay. And for a long time, especially probably the last 18 months, I've definitely felt and there was a time where I wanted to do YouTube full time. There was a time I had a lot of goals with it, and then I had some big things happen to me in my personal life that sort of shifted, and where I, for the first time in my life, I'm going to try not to get emotional when I talk about this.
Just cry.
I didn't think I was going to get emotional. Yeah.
Just cry, you little cry.
I had some things happen in my life that made me realize for the first time that I have to actually figure out what I like about myself. Because I didn't know, and I thought I did for a long time, and I realized I had no idea what I liked that was mine and that was me, and that wasn't me trying to be someone else or chase this person I've been thinking I'm supposed to be. For my whole life I felt this way, and it took therapy, it took a lot of friends, it took you guys, it took the community, it took a lot of things for me, and that's actually why I've been stepping back, because I realized there's other things in my life that I love, and there's other things that are more me and for me that I want to be doing, and I realized probably in May of this year that I'm going to step away from all the podcasts. But I wanted to finish off this year. I wanted to come here and spend time with you guys. It's not going to be the last time, obviously. I've got, I love you guys, and this isn't a. There was no falling out. We've never had a fight that we have. We've had discussions. We've had things we disagree on, but no one's had a fight. We've spent the week with each other. And we're going to spend the rest of the week with each other. it was just simply I knew that I don't want to do this anymore. For no other reason than I still love talking to you guys, and I hate, and like that's what keeps me going, is that I'm like, oh, I want to catch up with my boys and have a laugh, and I love that. But it as a business, it as a goal, I don't have any goals for As Always. I don't have any goals for the Patreon. I don't have any goals for the 4 pillars anymore like I used to have. And in my heart, and if I don't have that in it, I can't do it anymore. And I think I waited a few months to let it digest. I then spoke to you about it, and you have your own feelings on it. And what we've sort of come to, what that sort of has to happen is, in my head, I thought we could sort of keep things going even without me, and I can pop in here and there. But I think when it comes to the 4 Pillars Network and Clubhouse, the As Always podcast and the 4 Pillars podcast, we're going to sort of at the end of 2022 be wrapping them up. I will say this, and we haven't decided exactly what it's going to be, but there is going to be something. Don't know on what channel, on what platform, and how we're going to do it, but there is something we're going to be doing with each other, the 4 of us, so that whether it's an alternative version of the 4 Pillars podcast that's less frequent, less of a show, and just more of a special thing that we can do to hang out with each other, and you guys can still be around, because obviously James is doing some amazing things, and as someone that's been my friend for over 8 years, almost a decade, and we've been doing shows together for that long, I've felt like now with where James is and his trajectory and him reinventing himself and doing such amazing things, I've been holding him back, and I don't want to do that. And I got things that I want to move towards as well. And I might come back with other things, but it won't be to do with games. It probably won't even be to do with TV or movies. It'll be totally other things. But you know, you haven't seen the last of me. I'll still pop around. I'm sure I'll still, pop around on things. But for me, I just want to see out the rest of this year, and then, I've got to do what's right for me and sort of get on with my life. And it's not that I don't love this anymore. I still love it, but I just don't want to get to the point where I don't anymore. And it becomes less of a sad thing to leave and more of a, can we just end this? I fucking hate it. Because right now I'm sad, and I want it to be that way. I always wanted it to be that way, because I see it. If I keep going for a couple more years, I won't be happy. So that's me, James. I don't know if you want to say something from there.
Yeah, I think that, like, I understand where you're coming from, and I think for me, I mean, starting 4 Pillars Network made a lot of sense. Especially from where we were at the time as well. Like, it made exactly, like, it was the right move. It's what we wanted to do. Yeah. But I think we all went through a lot in 2020, 2021. It was a lot of things happened. And I think in terms of, I mean, at least for me, creatively and like with everything that I do, I guess I sort of changed that direction. But I think as well, because what 4 Pillars came from, it obviously became the overarching thing above As Always, was always the 4 Pillars, but it always came from, when we all ended up doing As Always podcast together, and that all came together and it made sense and it worked. But with As Always, sort of both of us having conversations about that and sort of deciding it might be time to move on, sort of, with both of our stuff, that I guess 4 Pillars then is a part of that. And I guess for both of us, I think, in terms of As Always and the podcast, we've not felt we've really not seen it as that business for a while. I feel like the last time maybe was 2019, maybe beginning of 2020, when we were like,
up in 2020. It was doing bits in 2020.
yeah, with the, with Valhalla and everything, but
it was. I mean, the show was huge in 2020.
yeah, we were doing a lot with it, and it was really, really fun. Yeah. But it's sort of, both of us ended up taking a lot of breaks as well, which was another thing, and I think we lost a lot of momentum, and we just kind of decided what we wanted to do, and we came back to it, and we just didn't, there wasn't that, like, passion to grow it anymore, like, to go forward and be like, we really want this to be, like, the next big gaming show, because, like, again, you just sort of fell out of love with games in the way that, like, you just, prioritize other things. You don't want to play games anymore. I, started growing my Twitch and doing all that stuff, and I don't know, looking at As Always, I don't see it that way anymore. I don't think about it like, oh, I really want As Always to be the next big gaming podcast. Like, we kind of did that. Like, it was big, it was good. We had our little success, and then, yeah, we're kind of at this point, and I guess, like, spinning off of that with the 4 Pillars, I guess I sort of feel a bit similar. In that I love doing it, and I think it's when we all, like, get together and chat and have a laugh, it's great. It's one of the best things that I do online. But I guess as well, I kind of, at this point, I don't see it almost the same way I did when we started the network.
Yeah.
That like it's this, business. We're gonna grow it. It's a big brand and all that stuff. I just kind of think like, I don't know. I guess for me at this point, Four Pillars is sort of just like it's us when we get together, but it's not the thing that I'm gonna or want to put all my time into.
No,
but
no.
I don't want it to go away either.
Mm.
I think that's probably me where I'm at.
Yeah.
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 Do you want me to go next?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, over the last sort of like 2-ish years, I've basically realised that, as much as I would love to do YouTube full time, it's not something that I think I can grow to that point at this point. Maybe one day I'll release a video and it'll bang and my channel will boom, but that's the only way I can see me being able to do YouTube full time. I'm perfectly happy just uploading content the way I do every few months, and I've got my job on the side and my life, my social life, my friends. I'm perfectly happy, which is why I think it's time for Four Pillars to end and stuff like that. I don't want to feel like I'm dragging James down or Ethan. You two have like a really big thing going, whereas me and Tyler, we sort of sit back a little bit and we're not sort of as involved anymore as we used to. So it makes sense for them to fly the nest and do their own thing, and I sit back. I upload my random content every 6 months or so. I'll keep uploading fucking 10-year anniversary videos 6 months after the actual date. And yeah, Four Pillars as a podcast, and the Four Pillars network, we can just leave that. It's fine. We had our run. This podcast's been going for what, like by the end of this year, it will have been 2 years, something like that. Yeah,
It's a good run.
That's
Short and sweet.
It's a pretty damn good run. I'm happy with that. And as we said, the four of us will probably get together and do something similar, maybe monthly, maybe bi-monthly, however, or if we just feel like it, maybe we won't have a schedule to it whatsoever. And I'm happy doing that. I can bring my recommended into that, or I can, find another place for the recommended, because I know you guys like that, and maybe I can start streaming more and stuff like that. Because on my weekends, it does take time out of the day.
George is made for reaction content.
I am. I think I am. Maybe I should stream reaction content, and then I can get that out there, and you guys can enjoy the random shit that I watch. But yeah, I think, as Tyler said, if we were to carry it on any longer, I don't want any of you guys to feel like you're stuck for this, in it for the sake of, for the sake of it. I want, exactly. I want it to end on a high point, and I think right now the Four Pillars podcast is on a high point. We talk about great stuff, we have a good time, and I don't want it to get to the point where I am not looking forward to every 2 weeks, because I'm like, oh god, I have to talk about gaming news or shit that I don't really care about all too much anymore. So yeah, I think it's a good plan, and we'll keep you guys updated on what we're going to be doing in the future, because I'm sure there are some people that will miss the Four Pillars podcast. We got plenty of comments of people saying like, I listened to it on my way to work, or it's made my day or week way better, and we'll try and create content as four of us in the future, but again, it won't be anywhere near as regular as it is at the minute, and I think that'd probably make it more special, to be fair. Yeah, so yeah, that's my take on it. That's my take on the situation.
Ethan?
I'm just in it for the guilt-free lions every Sunday, to be honest with you. No. I think, do I want it to end? No, well, not right away, but I'd rather it end on a high note where I can look back fondly and be like, I fucking had a blast the entire time. Even on the episodes I wasn't there, I was having a great time in my sleep. I'd rather it end feeling like I had a blast rather than come to hate it because everybody else does. And
we don't. That's what we're saying. We don't hate it.
No, but I mean, that's what you were saying, is you would, if you kept doing it, you'd start to hate it. Yeah. And I don't want to start to hate it because everybody else eventually will hate it. Yeah. And then look back with resentment and be like, why the fuck did we do this? This was a bad idea from the start. No, it was a great idea for the time that it ran, but I'd rather it be short and sweet and fun than particularly long. And you know what? Success has always been like not even an objective. It's always just been, let's have a laugh, let's have some fun, let's be authentic. And I think we did that quite well. And if this show is to end at the end of the year, then we can say we did what we wanted, how we wanted to do it, and we had fun, and we can move on to the next thing when we're ready. For sure. So
we had a lot of fun, and I think that's like Ethan just said. We're not ending it. This isn't the last episode. We want to let you guys.
Yes, it is. You'll never see me again. I'll have a lion every single Sunday.
Be able to
fucking see me.
Be able to let you guys know now, and then have a few more months of doing it to just sort of wrap it up and finish off a few things. And give you guys that time to digest it all and enjoy it. And these episodes are also going to be there of all the shows of Four Pillars podcast, of the As Always podcast, of the Clubhouse podcast as well. And those, I know how much all of those shows have meant to people, and that means a lot, and that's what's kept me personally going as long as we've been going, especially maybe even at like a Clubhouse when it comes to like people's life advice and things like that, and hearing people's stories. But the way I look at it now is that all good things must come to an end. I never was sure when it would be, but it's changed all of our lives. The four of us are sitting here, and we wouldn't be sitting here without all of you. And the reason we started this, the reason we got here, is because we're all such great friends. And we just had such a blast together. And I think as well, it becoming a bit of a business we share together puts a lot more pressure on each other, and it put a lot more pressure on our friendships. And I think I, as well, just want to get back to being great mates with everyone rather than worrying about a show we all do together as well. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, especially for you and I, how much we do together,
Yeah.
it puts a lot of pressure on us.
It's a lot, yeah.
And I think to alleviate that, and we can just all be great friends again. And when we get together to do shows, it's a collaboration rather than we are co-business partners. And while it lasted, it was great. And to end it where we're all happy and we all love each other and it's all good, I think is the best thing to possibly do, rather than there be bad blood, things go wrong, and some negative shit. Because I don't want that, and no one here wants that. And not that I honestly ever think that would have happened. I think this was always the inevitability where we'd end it before it happened, because that's who we are.
Yeah.
And we do respect each other a lot, and we do care about each other a lot. And there's Sora scratching.
I don't know
at
if you
the
can hear
door.
that, but yeah.
Sora scratching the door.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna punt him.
I just look at the other night and the dinner we had, not just with the four of us, but with your two partners and with a bunch of other close friends and their partners as well. Like, that's a special group. Those are some of my best friends as well as you guys that I've made, that I can fly over the other side of the world and stay with. One of them, my goddaughter, was there. You know what I mean? That's only there because we've done this.
Yeah.
That's
what really what we've got to thank is Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. It like that thing.
It is a good life we lead the brother.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The best.
May it never change.
May it never change us.
It changed us, alright. It
Josh,
fucking
Josh,
changed
put Ezio's family in there.
Yeah.
Can we end this now, actually?
Yeah, that's the peak. That's the peak.
No, this is just it. That's just it. I'm leaving.
I think this community has sort of become, where there was once a Discord as well, or once a whole bunch of other things, where it's now just the core group of friends that truly care about each other left. And I think if there's any time to end it, it's when it's like that.
Exactly. And I think, like you said, I think it's not like we're going anywhere. Like, George is still going to do exactly what he's been doing. You're going to do other stuff potentially. Yep. Ethan's still going. I'm still going. I'm growing my Twitch. We're still around. But
and
I
it
think
probably will mean I'll pop into your streams a bit more because I'll miss you.
Exactly. But we're still doing things. We're still doing stuff. We'll still do stuff together. And I think a good way to look at it is almost like the way that me and George ended up with Horsey and Fox, in that just randomly mid 2018, we just didn't do another stream one day, and then we just stopped. But we still do it, and it's been 4 years, and we still do it. Yeah. When there's something to do, and we are going to come back soon because I finished Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, boy.
So in the next, the next few weeks.
Oh, mate, I'm down for it whenever.
We can come back with bloody. I mean, we're going to do Sonic 06.
Oh, that'd be so.
There's plenty of stuff
good.
to do. So there's stuff going on, and we're still around, and we're still doing our stuff. And I think Four Pillars will be similar to Horsey and Fox in that. We'll get together occasionally, and we'll do a show, and we'll talk to each other, and it'll be great, and people will like it, and we're still going to be around, and you can come back for the nostalgia and everything. But we're all still going to be around doing our thing, and you can follow us there.
Not over forever.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just in the way that it's been done, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's on to the next chapter, and hopefully it's better for all of us in our own ways. So that's Is there anything anyone else wants to say on this subject?
No.
I just want to personally say thank you for everyone that supported the Four Pillars podcast and the network as a whole.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to be co-host of a podcast, and I never thought I could do it on my own. So to have these lads to sort of fulfill that for me, it's great. It's just been a really fucking good time, and I'm glad that you guys watching have felt been entertained enough to comment, talking about how funny it is and how much you enjoyed it, and
Leaving your dreams.
yeah, leaving your fucking
Tyler,
dreams.
thanks you especially for that one.
Fucking liars, too. All these dreams were bullshit. You're all a bunch of fucking liars. Oh, let's make up some bullshit and James and George will laugh and they'll read it on the podcast. Sorry. I can say that now. I thought it was stupid.
That was years of pent-up aggression discharged on James's couch. Tyler's angry discharge is now all over this room.
But obviously, like, to the community, like, as we were just saying, thank you to everyone. Thank you to, you three boys changed my whole life. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. And the shows and the things we've done together. And, I'll never forget last year, even though it was the worst year of my life. And probably the catalyst for everything moving the way it moved. But at the same time, I'm so glad it happened because I wouldn't have got through. I wouldn't have got through it. I just wouldn't have without you guys and being able to come on and. I look back on those ones, and those are probably my favourite ones. When I was at my lowest lows, those are the shows where I felt my funniest. If that, I don't know if that makes any sense, but also
The Four Pillars podcast was fueled by Tyler's self-loathing.
like
What a strange revelation!
Yeah, but like I look at those and I have just fond memories of just like getting super stoned and jumping on the podcast and chatting to you three, and even a couple times it was just maybe the three of us, or it was you and I, or like, and it was just like. Dumb as fuck because I was like, I'm just gonna say whatever and have a laugh with my mates, and it was like my only time I had in life where nothing else mattered outside of it. That bullshit wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that. So thank you to you boys for everything, and especially to you, man, because we've been doing this for very fucking long, longer than we ever thought we would be doing it together.
So have you two thought about pensions or anything like that?
We didn't start a union. James never unionized, so I've finally unlocked the shackles on his ankles and he's free to go.
So I like that sort of like the podcast is ending because Tyler feels good.
Sorry. I love my life again, and I'm like,
He
you
loves
know
his
what,
life
guys?
again.
I've
So
used you. You've made me feel better. Now I need you to fuck
He doesn't
off.
need this this vessel to direct his self-loathing into dismissing gaming talk. So he's disappearing. So if there's anybody to blame for that, blame Tyler. But more importantly, blame Tyler's happiness.
That's what I would do. I'd blame my happiness.
And then he'll fall back into self-loathing, and we'll be back here in however long. Going,
Yeah.
welcome to 126. No, sorry. Well, I fucked that. Welcome to episode 126 of the Four Pillars podcast, which we said we would end, but we didn't because Tyler hates himself again.
It will happen. It will happen again. Well, that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed.
Oh,
For
yeah.
the time being, Tyler's got his thick neck and his positive attitude back. So that's all we care about. Yeah,
The thickest of
solid
necks.
Solid 2-inch cock.
Solid 2.
Any more is just greedy, I think. You know what I mean?
So, if Tyler keeps this happiness up at the end of the year, he's going to slap on his big shoes and leave.
Yeah. It's the big shoes.
Also, in terms of stuff, I think as well, for everybody that's on, like, as always, Patreon, that's like, oh, what's going on? We'll probably address it on Clubhouse, talk about it in Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
About Patreon specifically.
We haven't really discussed it.
We haven't.
Let's
we'll
be honest
we'll
with
do it.
ourselves.
We'll do it on air. That's what we always do.
We probably will too.
We'll figure it out at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sad, but there'll be a last time that Patreon list will be read out. That's choking me up, dude. What the
Oh no, I didn't think about that.
Well, it keeps getting smaller, so I don't care. Fuck you guys. We make just as good content as you always did. Where have you gone?
That's a real reason. But I think we should get onto some positive stuff.
Yeah.
Now that
Yeah,
the
let's-
emotional sides.
Half an hour.
Half an hour of emotions. Half an hour of red wine and emotion. That's what it's been. That's what it's been.
A little bit.
Yeah. House of the Tears so far. Yeah. House of the Tears. We've got a TV in front of us and we've got some videos to watch.
Yeah.
I've got a video I wanted to show you specifically, George, but I actually think Ethan will probably love it the most, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Where is this going, Tyler?
Yeah. I don't know. I was
You want to
watching-
show George, but you think I will love it.
I first thought, I was like, this would be a good, like, George would have a laugh at this. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, who would like this the most? I was like, I think it'll be Ethan.
Is it like a 2007 shit?
They're all short videos. They're all super short videos. I need to get the Wi-Fi back connected though. And then because this can Chromecast, hey. Well, not Chromecast, but it can
Yes.
cast.
I'm looking at it. It's a rather clever TV.
What's
It'd be a
the-
hell of a
what
short site
is
if it
it?
couldn't.
New Pig's Magic Box.
New Pig's Magic Box. Okay.
That's the most drugged up name for anything ever. What a pain.
So this is this is a
Capes only. Sorry, you guys can't see this.
this is called good cheese sausage.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, no one can see what you're looking at. This is titled Good Cheese Sausage Idn't Caden. It's a short, so I don't actually know if it'll play on there.
It should. It should still be a YouTube video.
No, because it's a YouTube short, so it'll be like stop casting.
Uh,
Hang on, watch on my we'll watch on my phone. Watch on my phone.
okay.
Okay. Oh, now you're still connected. You got disconnected.
The TV's not clever after all.
Okay, hang on. Oh, it's fucking. It's playing, but it's.
It's not working.
There's no audio.
Okay, here we go,
Okay,
ready,
eat the
ready?
sausage.
Okay, bring them up.
Do you like it, Caden? Fucking good cheese sausage, isn't it? Okay, eat the sausage.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
the
it.
whole video?
Fucking good
That's
cheese
all it was.
sausage, innit?
Do you like it, Caden? It's a fucking good cheese sausage, isn't it?
Fucking good cheese sausage, Caden. Oh, I love Caden.
Like, we watched it. It became a thing in my group of friends when we were at a festival, and we just kept saying to each other, "Do you like it, Caden?" And I just feel like you might not find it funny now, but you'll find it funny later.
Exactly.
When I randomly drop on you, "Do you like it, Caden?"
Yeah, true.
We'll drop it. I'll drop it at the end of the podcast or some point. You'll never know, and you'll find it fucking hilarious. All right, it's gonna be amazing.
That child is my spirit animal with his cheese sausage.
He loved the cheese sausage.
That's like me and my smegma problem.
Oh.
You had to fucking go there.
One of us did. James already mentioned Assassin's Creed, so that one was out. So I had to go the other way and talk about dick cheese. So blame him, not me.
Assassin's Creed, to be fair. Actually, I mean, Dick Cheese is probably better. It's probably
Oh,
better than
much better.
Assassin's Creed,
Much
yeah.
better.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Dick cheese is better than Assassin's Creed. That we do not. That we do not.
You want to know something else that's better than Assassin's Creed?
What's that?
Fungal infections.
I've got one in my ass.
it's the locking of eye contact for me.
the glassy eyes that just look deep into Ethan's soul.
Like said that, I can feel like his voice reverberating through every cell of my body.
Through every orifice, you know.
Every
that's
single
gotta be.
orifice is now like, do we have a fungal infection in our ass? Do we? George might have just with his psychology, he's planted one in my ass.
I'm like patient zero of like
I'm gonna
cordyceps
I'm
from like
gonna
Last of Us.
have to go for a colonoscopy now, and then the doctor's gonna be like, "You've got a fungal infection in your ass. It appears to have telepathically been placed there."
Like every good man at some point in their lives should go for a colonoscopy to have their ass looked at.
What is it, over 40 or is it over 50?
Over 40. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
No,
And you're 21, so it's also like you don't fucking need to.
I think
I'm 19 years away from my
I think everyone should
colonoscopy.
just go no matter the age.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god.
Well, not no matter the age, because it can harm you if you're below the age of like 8, I think.
That's true.
But like,
Can it?
I think so. Like, it can really rupture your like
Yeah.
your insides a little bit.
Okay.
But if you're like, you're in your 20s, just do it anyway. Why not? I mean,
Do
it's
it for
fun.
Do it for
Yeah.
I'll book one in
Exactly.
for George tomorrow.
Let's all go.
Yeah, we'll go to Oxford and we'll
Together.
We'll
Let's
get
go
a
one. Yeah, let's go one
colonoscopy.
in Oxford.
Well, we are going to Oxford tomorrow. That's what we're doing.
You guys might be drinking wine, but I'm gonna need something very strong before somebody's getting a finger up my ass.
Well, have you had any water?
Hmm?
Have you had any water?
Oh, I've had some Lucozade. I'm happy.
Oh, okay, I dropped something in there that'll loosen it up, so it's fine.
I've just been roofied by Simon, and now he's admitting to it. So now I have evidence.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Purge this? It's gonna be on the internet forever.
Yeah, it's true.
You just announced the end of the podcast and then said, "I'm beginning my new life as a sex offender."
Fucking god. This is why the podcast is ending. All right.
Before we
'Cause
royally
people think-
fall out
people think
over
we're being serious.
semantics.
Yeah.
People already think Ethan has someone in his basement, so I mean, we can't keep making these jokes.
People also think Elvis
I do have
trapped-
someone in my basement. What I don't have is a basement. So I don't know how this happened.
They're just buried under your house.
Oh my fucking god. George, you have some
blimey.
videos for us. You have a few videos for us.
Yes.
Right, I have 6 videos
Okay, now
today.
Josh, please don't let this get copyrighted. I'll
Yes,
cry.
and if it does, I'll be
cry.
very, very, very upset with you, my friend.
I mean it.
So, all right, I'll read the titles out for today's George recommended. I have 6 videos. All right, so it's a special occasion because we're in person. So I've got to have 6 videos. First one, amazing frog fight. Something that moves in front of them. Best fighters. That's number 1. Number 2 is dissolving a hot dog in acid, which is actually really fucking cool. 3 is F-16 pilot flies low over plane spotters, which is also really fucking cool. Number 4 is googly-eyed stubby squid.
I like that one.
Number 5 is man fights off great white shark in Sydney Harbour. And number 6 is rocket launch as seen from the ISS. So I got some fucking cool shit going.
Nice, right,
What?
let's go.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, number 1.
Sora's come to say hi though.
Sora's here. Come on camera, buddy.
Get him on camera.
So what do you think about Assassin's Creed Mirage?
Oh, James made my goddaughter cry by bringing up Assassin's Creed.
It was something that I wish we had got it on film.
Zach and Dez's beautiful child Ari was sitting in my lap and goes over and stares at James, and she was looking at George horrifically, like she's seen a ghost. Let's first of all.
She was giving me the fucking evils, man. I even waved at her. I gave her the little hello, and she just fucking scowled at me.
Yeah. I posted that photo on my Instagram story, and I was like, Ari saw a ghost, but it was fucking George. And then she looks at you, and what did you say to her? You were sort of awkwardly sitting there, like, didn't know what to.
I looked at her and I was like, I don't know what to say to a baby. And so I was like, I know what to say to a baby. And I was like, you heard about the new Assassin's Creed Mirage?
And then we're
And
all
she
just,
she looked at me. She
everyone-
locked eyes, and I was like, all right.
and
she's
everyone at
interested.
the table's now watching you.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, let's keep going then. And so I'm like, Basim's back.
And
she,
giggles start happening.
yeah. And her face, she was like,
Mortified.
honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I thought she was gonna cry.
Yeah.
And so that's why I decided to keep going, because I was like, she's gonna cry. I want it to be because of this. And so then I said, he's got red smoke bombs in this one.
And then she burst into tears as soon as you said he's got red smoke bombs, and everyone at the table burst out laughing except her mother Des, who took her away to comfort her. But Zach, her father, was hysterical. He was laughing more than
couldn't
anyone
contain
was
it.
laughing that his child was crying because you were talking to her about the new Assassin's Creed.
We started the
hope when she
Assassin's Creed
grows
hater
up-
orgy early.
I hope that when she grows up, Zach tells her the lore of Assassin's Creed, like the lore of the community. You know, she'll be like, "Who were those people we used to hang around with when I was like 5 years, like maybe not 5 years old, like 2 years old or whatever."
Well, the premise of
You
that
might be
made you
used
cry.
to, but okay.
But yeah, I hope he explains it all when she's older, so she can fully understand the situation that she was in, where lasers made her cry because of Assassin's Creed Mirage.
It's perfect.
It is perfect.
I was #1 AC YouTuber back in the day.
Back in the day,
Made her cry.
at one point you were.
Yeah.
At one point, that
Renowned
was
AC YouTuber. Renowned racist.
true. I mean,
At the same time.
I mean, you were at the same time renowned for both things.
Now I am
Both,
easily the best of all of us.
And also, both weren't true. You weren't the best. Yeah.
We all know that it was Brett that
Better
was the
than
number
all of
one
us?
anyway. So
Well, so you now is better than all of us, like from a moral perspective. Or?
Maybe?
He's sure he thinks so.
I don't know. I mean, we could take like a morality test. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I
He's moral.
I
He's-
check myself a lot.
Yeah.
You know, more than the average Joe.
Out of fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Terror.
Yeah, not necessarily out of like
Because I'm
principle,
like,
more out of fear.
because I'm like, I don't know if I'm being good or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to make sure. You know,
Well, the rules
it's
change day to day. Let's be honest with us.
exactly. You got to keep up,
Yeah,
and I do try. I try my best. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, George, do you have a video you want to play for
I
us?
got a video, man.
I just want to say I don't check the morality thing
You
because I don't keep up with it. Like,
No, not
I have
do I.
my own morals, and they're probably vastly outdated as far as Twitter's concerned.
yeah.
In reality, they seem to work
But
just fine.
But I also think that's just Twitter, because I'm like, if any one of my friends or parents or anyone I know that's not on Twitter went on Twitter, they'd be cancelled in a minute, because they're like, I don't know those are rules. It's like, no, because nobody really does
They're not-
except the internet.
It's a funny site, Twitter. It's the morality police. You know, it's a site where I think people psych each other up on it. I think it comes sometimes from a good place. But so other times I just think it's, let's jump on somebody today. I really want to jump on somebody, you know. Sometimes it feels like, I can see why that would happen, and other times it just feels like, let's just go for it.
Well, a lot of people we forget, because you think because you're an adult on Twitter, everyone else is an adult.
No,
when
that's
their
definitely not the
PFP is like
case.
an anime character or a video game character, or like.
Don't be chatting down an anime, mate.
Well, I'm just
A
saying.
poorly developed adult.
If the shoe fucking fits, you fucking anime nerds. But you don't forget they're 15 years old and their life is at home on the internet or it's school, and they fucking hate school. So the only thing that's interesting about their lives to themselves is their lives on the internet. So when someone does something wrong, they're like, this has got to be the biggest drama, and I want it to be a big deal because my life fucking sucks. Was boring. Like when I was in high school, there wasn't that much interesting stuff outside of school. It really was doing YouTube or playing games, or when I got taken with my friends not doing assignments. Whereas like when you're an adult, that shit doesn't matter. Like when something happens on Twitter, I'm like, I don't care. I turn it off and move on with my fucking life because it doesn't affect any of my friends. No one cares what someone else says about me on Twitter.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm at that point now, basically. If someone wants to talk shit about me on Twitter or comment shit, like I used to get really into that rabbit hole of like when someone would comment like a negative comment on one of my videos, I'd be like, I have to reply to them and tell them why they're wrong, or like, you know, say what can I do better. But at this point, just fuck off. I don't care. I do not care, man.
That's why I'm
not here
ending
for-
actual comments as well.
Yeah, yeah.
On episode 69, I've got to, I'm so close.
That's
I'm at
such a
65.
good number to end
I've got
it on,
to, I've got to have the dramatic climax. It's just as simple as that.
The most dramatic climax is the 69,
It's
man.
the ultimate dramatic climax.
Sweaty, aggressive climax.
It's
just a sluggish climax.
I guess I've got to get to episode 69 because I think it would be really funny. But I don't like the person that those videos make me. You know, to have to do it so often, and I don't like. Well, I don't really want to be reading comments. You know, I like reading comments in passing, but I don't want to actively have to trawl through them.
You don't
want
want to sit on the comments.
I don't want to be like, I'll check the comments every day or whatever, and I don't. I mean, it's gotten to a point where I'll just go, you know what? At the end of the month, I'll find the comments and they'll be fucking funny, and that's how I've been doing it. And I'm like, that's fine for now, but in the long term, I do not really want to have to do that at all. I like reading the comments in passing and responding to the ones that I think I can respond to.
Yeah.
And then pretending the others don't exist. Not out of a lack of appreciation, but some comments are just ridiculous. Like some guy keeps thanking me for helping him move his fridge freezer for some reason. I've never seen. I don't know who he is, and I've never helped anybody move a fridge freezer in my life. Maybe something for the bucket list now, but he'd sign every comment with Roadhouse.
I think,
as well.
Roadhouse guy. Yeah, Roadhouse guy. And it's always Peter Griffin.
He's
like
got the Peter
PFP.
Griffin. Yeah.
But those are funny ones that you sort of laugh at that you see regularly. But I think as well,
He's been doing it for like 3 years.
He's-
He just keeps.
I know.
He's fearless. He just keeps going. He knows that I don't acknowledge him, but he keeps doing it.
he does it on all our podcasts. Yeah,
This is the acknowledgement you get, Mr. Roadhouse. You're welcome.
when it all ends.
Please keep
Mr.
commenting.
Roadhouse.
I think it's great that you boost my videos in the algorithm. Thank you.
He does say sometimes like for the algorithm Roadhouse, and it's just like he'll comment purely for the algorithm. and it's like,
I'll heart
that's-
those. I'll
that
heart those. They're
That
nice.
is based.
That is based.
It is.
That is based. And I definitely think when it comes to online stuff, I find it so funny that you could tweet something and it doesn't matter what 1,000 episodes on a podcast and you actually on videos or streams where you're actually being yourself, but if you mistweeted something, people will be like, oh my god, James is a fucking this, that, or the other, or Tyler's this, that, or the other. I'm like, oh yeah, because of 140 characters, you're going to change everything you know about me from one thing that could be just a mistake or a mistype or whatever. You know what I mean? So Twitter doesn't matter to me at all, and you can go fuck yourself. You know, like, I know who I am. You all know who I am. I'm like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's everybody who I care about knows the score.
Yeah,
you know,
and
so I don't
anyone
care
that's
what
willing to
randoms.
throw someone down because of that, it's only going to come back and happen to you. You are the person it will happen to one day.
Exactly.
and no one's going to be there for you because you're a cunt.
And if
With the greatest respect.
you're watching the shoe fits, you know who you are.
And because
Anyone
look,
with an anime PFP.
because everyone makes mistakes. Everyone says something that maybe they shouldn't have said. Like,
Not me. I'm
except
perfect.
for
I'm
Tyler.
perfect.
But that's just how it is. And if you're gonna have a go at someone because they said something, like, obviously there's people that is who they are and they're just
Sure.
bad people. But you know, if you're gonna say one thing and then everyone's gonna turn on you and be like, "Oh, you are now this," or "This is you, now it's your entire character," it's
Yeah.
you know, that's obscene. And that's what Twitter's all about. Which is why in my notifications mentions now, and for the past like 2 years, they're just switched off, and I only get mentions from people that I follow because
too.
I don't want to see your shit.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Because there are people that just like hate follow you. That every time you post something, they'll post something fucking just really mean. And it's like, that's just mean. I don't want to read that.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it.
Well, you're not allowed to change. That's the thing. You can't grow as a person when it comes
no.
to the internet.
I was gonna say, have you ever had like those people that follow you, and no matter what you tweet, it can be like the most mundane thing ever, and they will always find a way to disagree with something that you've said, or
no.
like say like the opposite of.
I
what
see
you've
things I
tweeted or
disagree
something
with
like
on
that.
Twitter every time I open the app, which is
Same
becoming
here.
a less frequent occurrence. I will not lie, but
Becoming
every
more for
time I
me.
open the app, I see a take that I disagree with. Am I going to respond to that take? Am I fuck? I don't care. So what? You like pineapple on your pizza?
Yeah.
What? So what?
Yeah, it's like,
That's actually not okay, though. To be honest with you.
hey, look,
Would you join a Twitter hate mob
over?
over it?
Yes.
So Tyler isn't as grown as he thinks.
Well, I've just changed my PFP.
I'm
No,
gonna do
well-
the same thing tonight.
You see, I've got a history of saying some, not so much on Twitter, but you know, in general. I think I'm known for saying some rather outlandish and absurd, maybe irreverent things. Maybe not to the extent of this fella, but certainly to some extent, I have said I've said some irreverent things. But I've never had that issue where people will like come at me for saying it, because I think they expect it from me. I think
Almost,
I think if anything, when they see me on Twitter, they see me more reserved than they perhaps expect, considering how I've conducted making content, how I've conducted my humor, and how I approach these podcasts. It's strange to see that a lot of how people will go at you depends on the character that you are when they find you.
Yeah.
You know, so the rules seem to change depending on who you're going for.
Well, yeah.
So there are easier targets, there are harder targets, and it makes no sense in that way. But
Well, it's weird because, like, say when the Four Pillars community gets into some form of like undisclosed drama or something, like we've been through so many, like as a community, it was normally like James. What? Let me see.
okay,
Oh,
that's
fuck's sake. It is. It's on the right fucking side.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Wait, what was I saying? Yeah, when the Four Pillars community would get into like some sort of drama, the people would always go for James. Like it would never be. I would never get anything really whatsoever. I don't know if that's because people see me differently, or I don't know. People think James is accountable for the entire community, and us three really aren't. Because I mean, it was always James that would get the shit. Well, yeah, no one's gonna go for Big Man Tyler, and no one's gonna go for Crazy Man Ethan or Chill George. It's all about let's go for lasers. Let's fucking get lasers, mate. It's like when I made that video in like 2017 where it was like Reddit hates lasers, and it was like me going through the Assassin's Creed subreddit reading out all these hate comments.
Did you type in lasers to find these like really obscure Reddit posts about James?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Isn't
So
that-
it was
isn't
on the
that-
AC subreddit. I typed in lasers into there and just saw people, just going through it. And basically, it's such a weird video. I haven't watched it in years, but I think it's me like debunking them or like me arguing against them.
It very much so is. But I think it probably came at a strange point, where it was from within the Assassin's Creed circles at a pretty at a height. It was going around the lasers hate or the James hate.
Oh, God, yeah.
was mental.
It was insane.
It was like nuts. How are so many people losing sleep over this little man?
Honestly, he's just trying to make content. Chill, honestly.
Yeah,
Leave
man,
him alone. I make.
I think. I mean, I kind of get it. Like in hindsight, I'm like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, most of the people didn't hate me because I was like a horrible person. They hated me because like I didn't like AC3 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like,
It was like
it was never. They were like, oh, he's so hypocritical about his opinions on the parkour.
He just
rather
keeps
than, like,
backtracking.
oh, he says the N-word way too often.
Oh
like hard R way too often.
Oh God. Terrible.
Look, I can't hide it. If I do, people will, I don't know, tweet Darby it again. I don't know.
Oh God, Tyler, take the fucking mic.
Yeah, you did. In the past, all in the past.
5 years ago.
Long apologise for long change.
But see, that's not good enough for some people on Twitter because they might only see it today.
well,
And it doesn't matter if I apologised 5 years ago. They haven't heard the apology. They need one
yeah.
from me personally.
Well, if
in the
you
DMs.
could apologise now, just again.
Fuck off.
Well, dude, you just tweeted out. This is what we're laughing a second ago. You tweeted a picture of me holding out my Lord of the Rings tattoo, but it was covered up, so you could just see the end of the blade.
Yeah.
So it looks like I have a hidden blade tattoo, which I obviously fucking wouldn't. That's embarrassing. Shout out to all those
Sorry
people that
to-
have those.
All you that have 'em, yeah. Like every listener.
Yeah. Yeah, with the shoe fits. But now I'm like, I hate that people think I have one now. But people will now forever believe. They'll think you're being serious that I have one. But also some response with like, not a true fan, you have it on the wrong arm. And they're being serious, first of all. Second of all, it's on the correct arm. So this person that seriously responded, just a fucking idiot. Shout out
Imagine
to
thinking the hidden blade goes on the right arm, you fool.
Not a real
you
fan.
fool.
I bet you think it goes on the fucking top side of your wrist as well.
Ridiculous.
Oh, that's
what
a-
are you? A proto-assassin? Ridiculous.
I didn't read that as him seriously going for it. I just think he was.
I'm
having a
seriously
laugh.
going for him.
Yeah.
We just spoke about how Twitter takes things a bit too seriously sometimes, and now we're doing the exact same fucking thing.
I think they were being dead serious, and that's who they are as people. And I think we should judge them on that forever.
Yes, they know that they knew what Twitter was when they signed up. Fuck it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. I told you I changed my PFP to an anime character. I don't know who he is, but I just looked up. He's the one that looks like me from that. He's the one that looks like me. No, I did have that for a while. To be fair, remember that? I did have. What's his name?
I've not seen it.
Oh, I thought. What's it?
I actually don't know the characters. I think it's like some background character. I genuinely don't.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the dude from Attack on Titan, the random sort of character's in it for like one episode. I think he looks just like you.
Identical to me.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
He does look identical to me. But George, do you want to put up a video right now? Before
Yeah,
you're
let's
insane?
do some video watching.
So the first video we've got is amazing frog. A frog fights something that moves front of them. Best fighters.
I do worry your dog's about to commit vandalism over there.
No.
Sora.
Come here. We're mid-podcast. Don't you fucking ruin it.
This way.
If you unplug something, it will just stop recording.
Come,
spit some bars.
come, Sora, spit some bars into the mic. Let's go.
I need your TV code.
You shouldn't need it.
On YouTube, it won't let me. There's only two options.
Come on, Sora,
You're
spit
not on
some
the
bars into
Wi-Fi.
the
That's
mic.
why.
Can I
There you go, mate.
password?
Do you want to just send me all the links and I'll do it?
Say his
Send me all the
piece,
links.
but he's a
Send me all the links. I'll do it. Shout out to friend of the show, friend of James, Luke Nunn, who's in Star Wars in Andor. So if you only watch one episode of Andor, make it be episode 5 where Luke appears. He's a
that's
beautiful man.
insane.
We were gonna see him Monday, he couldn't make it. Unfortunately, sad for us all.
He plays, what is it, Private Number 1.
He plays
Imperial Private Number 1. Yeah,
Imperial Private.
it's
Number.
amazing.
Adds character.
Alright, I'm just gonna pull up this, and then we can watch this.
Nice. I'm so excited.
Why is your thing gone away? Oh, there it is. New Pigs. What is it? New Pigs Magic Box.
Do you want to turn the TV down a bit so it doesn't go super loud?
That's all right. Okay, so this is it. So
They just basically put a bunch of objects in front of these
Oh,
frogs.
Sora really likes it.
Sora's really enjoying it.
Sora's more interesting than we are. Like, George is infatuated with frog time. Sora's just fucking immersed in it. Like, reality has stopped for him.
what are these frogs? You know what kind of frogs these are?
No, actually.
The
I
kind
have
that
no
Sora
idea.
would love to
Yeah,
get.
like mustard. Camera angle change. So they're just fighting squeaky rubber soccer balls.
They're having a scrap with them. They're not fans, and they're just going away. I think that would be quite entertaining. It's not my telly, so I don't give a fuck.
It's a Philips Hue TV.
Ducky.
It's a duck.
Oh no, not the ducky.
How amusing is this?
That was incredible. What's he gonna do? Oh,
Oh. He's putting his finger near. Oh!
bloody hell! So he's got a death
Going
wish.
for him.
Ducky's back.
It's duck once more. I want the slow-mo for that funny sound again.
Come on, come on,
The suspense.
come on.
It's the fact that it no longer sounds like a frog.
It sounds
There's,
good.
there's,
The next one is dissolving a hot dog in acid.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, man.
Great video.
That's what I like to do on
We're
occasion.
putting that straight on. It is.
Sounds like a really elaborate cock and
There's
ball
an ad, there's an
torture.
ad now.
Fucking ad.
What
Do
is
you
it?
want to
A
get some
Duracell
Duracell
ad.
batteries? Who doesn't want some Duracell batteries?
Product placement. No free clout. No free clout for Duracell. Oh shit! I just fucking said that.
Shout out to AA batteries from Duracell.
Shout out to Amazon
Right, playing
Basics
out.
batteries.
Today, I've decided to dissolve my wiener in acid.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not just going to be using any acid, though, and I'm going to be using something special called Piranha Solution.
it, mate.
He dropped his wiener.
An
Piranha
angry
Solution.
mixture of sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide, and I basically just have to drop
Oh,
it in.
Sora's going for the light.
We're at 21 seconds of the video. Do you want to put him out, James?
He's been
Do you want to put him out there? Now? Sam?
he's been sweet all week, and then today he's gone. I'm going to commit violence and piss off the
Because
pillars.
no one's paying attention to him. There you go.
And he's gone.
See you later, Sora. All right, we're at 21 seconds. We're gonna play in 3, 2, 1, go.
It almost immediately turns black, and this is
God, we
all
can't see
carbon.
anything. Oh my
Now,
god!
If I add some more peroxide, I can vaporize the carbon and turn it into CO2 gas. I think it's pretty obvious, but I'm still going to mention that this is extremely dangerous. If any of this splashed on me, it would do something very similar, which wouldn't be super pleasant.
Sausage looks fine though.
Sausage is still there somewhere.
Looks delicious.
What I don't get is why somebody went, you know what, hot dog sausage, let's stick it in acid, see what happens. You know what's going to happen.
This is the more
It
tame
eventually
version.
looked
The
like
other
there was
version of this
barely
video,
any of it left,
he's
and it
fucking.
was just a sad.
Oh
little
my god.
Oh yeah,
For the next 30 seconds or
That's like the
so, it
skeleton of-
calmed down,
the sausage.
There's nothing
and it
left.
was ready for another wiener.
Damn.
It was ready
Oh.
for another wiener.
He loves sticking wieners in that.
The more tame version of that video is like he puts the corpse of like a rat in there or something.
So this is that was the more tame video.
yeah, and I didn't want to show that one.
And putting like a dead rat, I hope.
yeah, it was like a dead rat or like a baby chick or something like a
And
dead,
just
a
a
baby
dead
chick.
thing, stuck it
Oh
in.
yeah, it wasn't alive.
See how quick we can hide the body. Yeah.
Well, if you want to hide a body, right there.
Fucking
Acid.
yeah, man.
Saw some of that in the fucking Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix show. Tell you what. Oh, it is horrifying. I'm halfway through the season, and I was like wake and baked with some of the boys, and I already had been drinking the whole weekend and had anxiety, just like on depressants the whole time. And then we wake and baked, and then we're watching a Jeffrey Dahmer show. And if you want to talk about anxiety through the roof for the entire day, doesn't help it.
Yeah.
Doesn't help it. It was awful. It was awful.
No, I can imagine that being pretty fucking rough. I haven't actually even started the Dharma show. I don't know if it would be for me. I mean, I like a good mystery. I like a good documentary, and I am fascinated by the concept of these sorts of people.
Mhm.
But I don't know if like an acted version really is sort of my thing. I think
Depends on if they like.
turning it
like
into a drama
romanticise it
rather than
or, like, glorify it.
it depends.
It's hard to say. It sort of isn't. But I don't know how it ends. So you're not sure. Like, if it, I feel like you have to know the ending to know whether it fully does, because in some ways it feels like there is a bit of a romanticized version of it. But I mean, it's horrifying. Like, you don't like the guy. Every time he does anything bad, you're like, fuck.
I think it should end with him being Jeffrey Skywalker.
I am all of the serial killers.
And you hear like all the famous serial killers talking to him, like echoing through his brain.
He's just got Ted Bundy
in
going.
his ear.
We live in you now.
Yeah.
The Zodiac killer.
Eat his heart. Like,
Zodiac killer, Ted Bundy, Jack the Ripper, Richard Ramirez. They're all, every other serial killer who's ever existed. Ian Brady and Myra Hindley, they're all there talking to him, telling him that it's on him.
Like, you could do it, Dharma. Oh my fucking.
killing someone and then he's eating someone's heart.
Hey,
And then
Piers.
you just hear Ted Bundy in the back going, do you like it, Cade?
It happened.
Oh God.
I was waiting for the best opportunity to beat you to the punch on that one.
It had to be me. I was like, you motherfuckers aren't beating me to that one.
No, this, for the past, like, I don't know, it was 20 minutes, I've been waiting for the opportunity.
Goodness. My goodness. Okay, let's look at this Turkish F-16 pilot duck under the glide slope low over the plane spotters.
It's a great video.
43 million views, alright.
Yeah, okay, we're playing in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, yeah. Go. Shit.
Okay, here he goes, here he goes.
Oh, he's flying fucking low. Oh, he's got his...
He's got his wheels out.
Oh, shit.
That was close.
Fucking cool. How cool is that?
Yeah, you wouldn't have enjoyed being stood on that road.
No, but I like the video.
Oh, they-
Look how close he gets to them.
The thing that you can never prepare for is how loud these jets actually are.
They still ducked. They all ducked.
Would you
None of them
not?
trusted it.
Damn, the next day. What is the plot?
It's just on fire. It just cuts to it on fire.
Whoa.
Holy shit! Did that catch somebody?
No, but I think it was like that close, hey.
It was like really.
It looks like it could be a camera angle, but it also looks like it could have taken his head off. It showed like a
George.
guy's head in between the wheels.
Could you pass me the bottle of wine, please?
It is it is just maybe he died, maybe he didn't.
We'll find out. Actually, we won't. We won't find out.
We'll find out in Star Wars Episode 9: The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, man, I'll pour you a little something. I don't know if they heard you say that.
How much wine is left?
Not too much, to be fair.
Is there enough for me to have a little bit?
Probably.
Oh yeah, there's enough. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Do you want me to pour it? Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's really nice. Really nice. Water sounds for you. Absolutely beautiful.
Incredible.
Alright. Amazing.
Erotic.
Beautiful experience.
Okay, once was enough.
Oh man. All right.
Right. What's his second video, Tyler?
Third video now.
Third. Oh yeah.
Third video? No, fourth.
Fourth?
Video.
Wow.
Yeah. It's what's the fourth title? What's it? Googly, really cool. Googly-eyed stubby squid.
That's the one. That's the one. Yes.
Really
Okay,
cool.
this is my video. I'm ready for this one.
Playing
Oh, it's from Nautilus Live
Yeah,
again.
I like these guys.
Sweet.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to Nautilus, Evie Nautilus,
I'm so ready for this.
legends. I love how they all get so excited.
Is that it?
There it is. Yeah, you see it. You see that shit?
That's the googly-eyed squid.
Fucking looks like an emoji.
We got bad copyright from these guys last time.
Oh, did we?
Father, is that you?
So just watch it with us.
Yeah. It's so funny looking.
Oh.
Whoa!
Look at this.
What's up, mate? Right, why the long face?
Is that real?
Yeah, it's a real gamer. Look at him.
It's mental.
That's what a real gamer looks
incredible.
like. Look at
So
him.
like the little like stuffed animals aren't even fake.
Exactly.
They're accurate. Like they're lore accurate.
Look at his fucking eyes.
Have any of you ever played Octodad?
Yes. No. Yeah. I've not played it, but I've seen it. It looks like
Yeah,
Octodad.
that's Octodad.
That's incredible. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's absolutely fucking brilliant.
I love him. He's amazing.
He's so still.
I need him to move so it can prove that he's real. Because
That's true.
I almost
What is he
don't
doing
believe
right
it.
now. He's just completely.
I don't believe
still.
this wasn't something dropped. Yeah, like dropped to the bottom of the ocean.
Come on.
It's like one of those things you used to be able to drop in the water and it would like grow. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it looks like. It doesn't look like a real thing.
Mm.
I want to see him
Uh,
blink.
I didn't have sea monkeys, but I know someone who did.
I had sea monkeys.
I always wanted them, but my mum. It was like another one of the things that mum was always like, no.
Wait, why did Mum let me have them then?
The fuck?
I had sea monkeys. Yeah.
James is the oldest, as we have discovered. Once again,
Goodbye, googly-eyed stubby squid.
So it hasn't moved.
it
didn't
moves
move,
slightly
no.
on its little tentacles.
He was probably scared.
To be fair, if
stage
a
fright.
submarine's come down and staring at him going, oh, look at this fucking ugly googly eyed freak,
Well,
he's
I
there
think
like,
some sort of
fuck,
like-
please leave me alone. I'm
That's
having a
good. Look at
shit.
him. Look, Evie Nautilus does not lie to us. That
Yeah,
is
they're
a
not going to say
real-
it's fake. Unless, when was this uploaded? Was it April Fool's Day?
I don't know.
Is
Check.
that trash down the bottom of the ocean?
I don't. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be
Possibly.
surprised with. You know,
We
how-
do
how
pollute
we
the
treat
ocean,
it.
which is public service announcement. Stop throwing shit in the ocean,
Yeah,
you
stop
fucking
it, boys.
idiots.
What the fuck are
Stop
we
it.
doing?
Stop littering in general.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
not-
cool to just drop kick your fucking packet of crisps when you're done with it. All
I'm
right,
looking
in the
at
parks.
you, big
Fucking
corporations.
stop
alright?
it.
Stop putting fucking rubbish in the ocean. All right? Have you seen the North Pacific garbage patch? Is that what it's called? The
Maybe.
insanely huge garbage patch.
Where's
in
the
the ocean,
loads and loads and loads of shit.
where it's
Yeah,
like the size of like an island. Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah,
It's
it's
disgusting.
bad. It's really fucking bad.
Right, next video. GoPro. Man fights off great white shark in Sydney Harbour. This is a scary video, so hold on to your fucking pants.
This is the
boys.
type of thing that
Scary.
GoPro, it sounds like GoPro would use to advertise the GoPro. Remember the time you were almost attacked by a shark? Now you have proof. Buy a GoPro.
Your
I just-
mates will believe you.
I just want everyone to know that GoPros are shit. They are shit.
That's true. Most people that
Maybe
use
for
them tend to say
somebody who's
that.
going to go, you know what, fuck it, I'll be attacked by a great white shark today, fuck it. I'll take my GoPro for proof.
The
But
shark's attacking him because he's using a GoPro.
No,
that's
they're like, why the fuck are you using a GoPro, dickhead? I'm coming for you. No, they just fall apart. They do all right until they fall apart.
Yeah, I've never
And
used
then-
them before,
And
but
they're quite sturdy in how they're built, but they just stop working properly.
yeah.
And I've had mine a few months, and it's already started to
Oh,
do that. And I'm just
fucking
like,
hell.
what?
GoPro, eat a dick, alright?
GoPro,
Eat a cock.
eat my fat cock, or I'll dissolve it in acid. Where am I going with this?
Let's fucking
Right,
watch
let's
this
go.
shit.
Let's
alright?
watch the man.
3, 2, 1, play.
Beautiful.
42
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't even edit it. Oh, his stomach.
Damn, stomach. This is Australia as well, so obviously it's crazy people.
Hey man, jumping in the water.
Well, this is normal. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just going for a swim.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're enjoying it. They don't expect there to be a fucking great white down there.
I wouldn't do this.
I think I've seen it.
I
In
probably
case you want
would.
to know if I would.
And it's when like the sort of water settles, and he puts his head under again. You can. Oh, it's so scary. It's genuinely so scary. Look at it. Look at
Oh!
it. How frightening.
Oh, shit.
You can hear him like screaming and shit. It's so.
Oh my
He's just sort of hanging out, thank God.
Yeah, he's just not going
To be
straight.
fair, once sharks tend to acknowledge what you are, they quickly can
Yeah.
lose interest.
You just have to hope they realise that you're a human. They don't want to eat you.
It's further than it looks like.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I the GoPro does have a habit of being a bit like, well, it can do wide lens and it can also do quite narrow, and narrow just looks closer than it is.
What a scary experience.
It's
That's
the
a-
fact that he gets like, goes, holy shit, and that's his reaction.
That's a great end.
to almost being scrammed by a shark.
Most Australians.
yeah. Holy
that was-
shit, man.
That was something.
All right,
I
last
have
video.
seen that. I have seen that. It's fucking horrifying.
It's mad,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
All right, last video. Which one's this?
The rocket.
Oh,
The
this one's really,
rockets.
really fucking cool. More space
Nice.
shit. More space shit.
I was having nuclear apocalypse dreams because of this.
Oh, that's true.
segment.
Tyler was having dreams about fucking nukes
Oh, the
dropping and killing
nukes.
him, which is mental.
Not killing me, me in the distance seeing nukes going.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'd rather be killed by it than like,
Well,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Have to deal with the
Yeah.
aftermath. of
True.
it.
I don't want to be in nuclear fallout.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
All right, so this video is rocket launch as seen from the International Space Station.
3, 2, 1, play.
Nice.
APOD videos.
It's a really good video.
So that's the rocket there.
Whoa.
How insane is that, man? See the atmosphere?
How fast must this camera have been moving?
Fuck
It was
knows.
sped up, do you think?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Yeah.
most likely. Yeah,
Yeah,
most
definitely.
Likely. Oh, look at it. The fact that we can do that.
Wow.
It's
Kind of makes me want to go to space. I might go with Elon Musk.
Got any extra seats, Elon?
Let me
Cargo
up there,
storage will be just fine. It's only a small package.
Just how insanely just
That is pretty mad.
unfathomable that is.
The microphone smells of wine.
Brooks have been fucking breathing on it like absolute mouth breathers.
I'd breathe on it too, but then it'll just smell like whatever dead animal I ate last. Raw.
There we go. Look at
This
that.
is pretty mental.
It's cool. It's
I'm
really
quite,
cool.
I'm quite a fan of watching
You can see all
rockets
the
launch.
cities down there. Like, just it's crazy how small we are. You know, like in terms of on a cosmic scale, it's insane.
We are insignificant.
We are. We only inhabit one fucking planet. You know,
It's
there's
like
trillions.
it's supposed to be like breathtaking and amazing, and to me it inspires like this deep sense of nihilism. Along with being amazed by it,
Yeah.
I do find this like sense of we're gonna.
I
die
understand the
one day.
nihilism though, because I mean, obviously, Earth is one planet out of
Mhm.
however fucking many there are out there. You know,
Two.
The human experience is such a small fraction of what happens in the universe, so it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's cool though, because
Let's go to
Mass Effect
space.
may exist out there.
Let's find some aliens and go to space. And
Yeah, I can meet the Arbiter.
I do think though. I do think it's kind of crazy that we're the only. Well, at least it seems like from extensive research that we're the only things living in our solar system. Like you'd think there'd be something,
Yeah.
like a little mouse
Well, maybe
or
there
something
was.
on Jupiter.
Maybe like a couple billion years ago, there was something.
God, like a mouse that breathes Jupiter.
On Jupiter, what, a gas
Yeah.
giant that has no land on
it
it?
has no land. It's a gas giant, and the atmospheric pressure goes up to hundreds of thousands of times the atmospheric pressure here in the clouds
center
of Jupiter.
Yeah, I mean, you never
I
know.
don't
Maybe
know,
there is a planet
maybe.
out there that's like Jupiter that has beings that have evolved
Look,
to
live
live
in a certain band of it and fly about and
Yeah.
float and love it. Yeah,
I
maybe.
like to think there's space whales.
Maybe
like,
that's like the codex of one of the planets in Mass Effect 1. There's like,
That's
there's
amazing.
these creatures that float around in the atmosphere of the gas giant. It's like, that's pretty mad.
That's what I want.
That is a secret I didn't know about Mass Effect.
There
That
you
is.
go.
I
We learned
guarantee you I know
something new.
loads of Mass Effect secrets you don't know about. Because every single planet has its codex. You know, there's something going on about it.
Clearly didn't read the lore. It's
You
crazy,
gotta read.
man.
You gotta read
It's
the
fake
sagas,
fact.
bro.
Amazing. But yeah, that's our space chat. I mean, I decided, of these videos, I wanted to get a few animals in, some ocean shit, some,
then
some
space.
space stuff. And that's
Which
like
is the
three
next
topics
natural
that I
step for
love.
the 4 pillars. We've got to go to space.
We do, yeah, well, yeah.
We've got to land on the moon, and we've got to say,
We are gotta say gaming.
one small step for gamers or something. I don't know.
Oh god.
One giant leap for gaming. I don't fucking know. We could go any which way. George will probably come up with something better in about 3 seconds.
Look, Elon Musk, if you're watching,
Elon, send the 4 pillars to space.
elongated muskrat.
We don't even want to come back. It's fine. Just leave us up there.
Yeah,
because
if
go.
you're going to Mars, take us to Mars in your Mars
to
thing,
Mars.
and there'll be. Didn't he say something like, "Yes, I mean, it's about 20 years. I think we will have actually colonized Mars, and we will have terraformed Mars entirely, That's what I can't even do a fucking Elon Musk
And then he
voice
also
anymore.
said the new episode of She-Hulk was really good.
I actually thought the new episode of She-Hulk was actually really good today.
Just vibing to this episode of She-Hulk.
Actually, really fucking good. I thought She-Hulk was great today. It was really fun and really vibing to these She-Hulk tunes.
Doesn't it like concern you that the only like big name that seems invested in exploring space, in colonizing other planets, also shares shit posts on Twitter?
Yeah, and he also
Doesn't
has a shit Elden Ring build. Have you seen his fucking Elden Ring build?
I haven't.
He
I
uses like
w-
2 shields. What's wrong with
I
him?
wouldn't be able to tell you a good build for a bad one,
I
but,
fucking could.
but of course you could. But what I guess I'm saying is it's a bit discouraging that the guy who's sort of like the front man for let's explore space, let's
Yeah.
colonize Mars, let's extra solar travel, let's try to build rockets that can land again and be reused and all sorts.
Yeah.
And he's on Twitter posting the most like the final boss of shit posts.
Yeah, and like posting like pronouns suck, and then his ex-wife messages him fucking Grimes and is like, "Oh, please don't do this. We need to speak about this. Oh, this isn't you," and stuff like that. It's like, it's not this inspiring explorer individual that
Is it-
wants to push the envelope of space travel. It's some fucking pussy. I fucking hate Elon Musk. He's
It's
actually
the
a
most-
bitch.
It's like a mixture of curiosity and extreme delusion,
Yes.
and that's how it comes across.
And greed. And he's
Now we're talking about Elon Musk seriously.
yeah. Well, you know, if he comes in that door right now, just know that I'll be launching myself out.
I think you expect, you know, the spaceman, traveling man to be, you know, super profound, intelligent, all of these things. But, you know, I guess, like Thanos said, reality is often disappointing.
He's buying Twitter again, apparently.
Again, he's buying it again.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Is he going to make it red? I want him to make it red. Twitter, but red.
Yeah.
I actually saw this tweet the other day. I saw this tweet
Renames
the other
it
day where
Twatter.
it was like Elon Musk was talking to someone about the possibilities of Twitter and how we could you know, preserve free speech, as he likes to put it. And he was like, he came up with this idea of blockchain tweets. So if you want to tweet, you have to pay money to be able to tweet, and then that tweet becomes like an NFT on the blockchain. And then he came back a few days later and was just like, blockchain Twitter wouldn't work. It's like
It took him a few days
him
to
going-
realise that, and that's the problem.
LA
with
traffic
Elon
can be
fucking
solved by
Musk.
building tunnels. I'm like, tunnels exist. You know what I mean? Like, tunnels exist. They already do them. It's not going to solve it. People don't like it. But also, I wouldn't solve it.
Fuck Elon Musk, man. Honestly, he hasn't made anything cool. He sent a fucking Tesla into space.
He's made some
sent
pretty
the
cool
Tesla
shit, to be
Roadster
totally
into
honest.
space.
Let's be honest, what has he made?
Oh, well, okay.
Made it.
Here we go. What do you... that's...
I suppose he made somebody send a Tesla Roadster into
Steve
space.
Jobs didn't make the iPhone.
No, and I don't fucking credit him for creating the iPhone.
Nobody
You're absurd.
made
You're being
anything
absurd.
really. Like, you know,
That's not how it works.
we're not like in the olden
Did
days
he
where
make the
like
schematics for them, for the Tesla?
I
or for
imagine
the
he, like-
SpaceX machines.
I imagine do you did he just pay someone else to do it? I assume he like
His
had
concepts, his
input,
ideas,
right? Like,
his
it's his-
thoughts. He's a smart guy.
I assume like he
Inventor,
hires
'cause
the
I don't even know
people.
what he does.
He works with the team. He perfects his
if
ideas.
Elon Musk
right?
walks
Like-
through this door, I'll launch myself at him. I don't even know what he does.
Fucking
I hate him.
dickhead,
He's just
alright.
he's just a fucking
I
bitch.
don't even know what he does, but I would launch myself at
But
him
I've
if he
seen his
was in the
memes
middle.
on Twitter and I don't like him.
I've seen his Elden Ring build. I've seen his transphobia. That's all I need to see.
Yeah, I mean he is a dickhead. He's a dickhead.
Yeah.
He's a dickhead.
There's no doubt about that.
Transphobia is bad.
Shout out to transphobia. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to. I don't know what I'm saying.
People go like, "Oh, yeah, put your
Fucking
hands
four
up if you
pillars at
support
it
breast
again."
cancer." It's like, yeah, I'm on the side of breast cancer. Yeah.
It's like,
back
have you
in-
guys seen South? Have you guys ever watched South Park? Watched South Park? There's an episode called that they do a Russell Crowe shows where they're trying to keep going. The kids are trying to go to different houses to watch like a show they want to watch. But they can't watch it, and for whatever reason on this channel they keep watching Russell Crowe fighting around the world, and it's a show about Russell Crowe going to different countries and fighting people on the street, and then at the end he's just like, "That's it," because like someone, I think his boat Tugger. He's like, Tugger, no, died of cancer. So he's like, we're gonna fight cancer. All right, I'm in a hospital. I couldn't find cancer. But I found a guy with cancer. Take that cancer! And he punches the shit out of this guy with cancer.
Oh no, no. I do love a good discussion about cancer. It's one of my favorite topics.
I've got a funny video
Back
for
to
you.
2019, me.
Yeah, it's true. True.
Oh no, what's better is at the end of 2020 when we did the breast cancer charity stream.
Oh my god.
And everyone was like, "What about prostate cancer? What about that?"
Oh god, that was so terrible.
I forgot about that. That was so weird.
I loved it.
Imagine
I thought it
being
was
such
funny.
A fucking weird cunt about that.
I think the funniest part of that charity event.
We would still
is
do more charity events. That's something
oh yeah, definitely.
we'll still do those. They'll still be a thing we do.
The
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
The cancer one, it was funny because we obviously ended up being gamers against cancer, but one of the like names thrown around that we just like we didn't think about what the name meant was gamers for cancer, and it's like
Gamers for
cancer.
cancer.
That doesn't, I know.
Gamers for Cancer is gaming, but talking about it on Twitter. so it would have been funny, but it's like, so we're gamers against cancer, and we're like, we're raising money. We were raising money for breast cancer specifically, and people weren't happy, and they were like, prostate cancer kills just as many men, and breast cancer does women.
Yeah, but men don't matter, Ethan.
Exactly.
We know that. Yes, we know.
I know that, but let me get to the point. So clearly, these smart internet sleuths figured out that we were against breast cancer, but we were for prostate cancer.
Yes.
We were for testicular cancer.
Yeah.
We were for.
We're for all other cancers.
I'm literally for every single disease. Just not breast cancer's the one where that's where I draw the line.
That's
every
where
other
I
disease.
draw the
I think
line.
they're great. I'm really good, as a matter of fact.
Natural selection, but on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I did have a video for us, which is titled "Kangaroo Shoved Through Fence During Tussle at Canberra Nature Reserve."
Only 7,000 views. This isn't like a
It's
viral
only
video.
a month ago. It's only a month. It's viral on TikTok, I think. I think it's viral on TikTok. Yeah.
Tickety-tockety.
So two kangaroos fighting.
Oh my god, they're going at it.
Oh! Listen,
I,
listen.
He's like shit.
He's still
It's
going.
like,
He's
bro.
still going.
You sweet?
But hang on, it's just replaying it. Watch it. Listen to how far he goes down. He keeps going.
It's in a bit, lad.
So he's killed him.
Probably. He's looking like that. That's a look of immediate remorse.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanna know? You wanna know something funny? Right. There was a lad I went.
He
to
sort of feels bad for it, that kangaroo. He pushed him, eh?
Okay, well, there was a lad I went to school with in about 2015 who moved to Australia. I couldn't tell you where. I don't really care. We weren't close like that. But one of the things I did notice was on his Facebook a while back. He'd gone viral filming a couple kangaroos scrapping, and you know he's got this northern accent. He's going, "Fucking have him, lad." Go on.
That's fucking hilarious.
Just in Australia somewhere.
weird accent to hear behind
the camera.
Two kangaroos fighting.
No, but it was.
Like, you've seen the guy because kangaroos can kill your dog. Where the guy fights off a kangaroo trying to kill his dog.
Yeah, he like.
It wasn't there like.
He boxed him up. He boxed
This
the
is a great
fuck out of him.
Wasn't there like a gigantic sort of kangaroo that would go around terrorizing some neighborhood somewhere? That was like viral news at one point.
What the
and it was fucking hench as shit.
The red kangaroos, they're big fellas.
This man's about to chin a fucking kangaroo.
Ooh!
Oh no, he just got clocked.
Here we go. So they choke out. The recently kangaroo killed a guy in Australia, a 7-year-old man, by choking him out like this. So he's got his dog. The kangaroo won't let go of the dog.
So the kangaroo's now ready to go. The kangaroo's like, all right, you want to fight? I want to fight.
Their dying friend, Kylem, one last good time before he passed away from cancer. The men traveled deep.
Oh yes, animation.
Full animated recreation of the.
This is like a. This is like the video to accompany the screenshots that go on WikiHow. How to get your dog killed by a kangaroo in the outback.
One of the dogs got a wee bit too close to a tall buck, and it wasted
Oh my god.
grabbing hold of him. Realizing his canine was in danger, the dog's owner, Greg Tonkins,
Oh
ran out to
no.
the rescue.
So why is he
The
trying
dog
to
just
kill the
stood
dog?
there and he's like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna.
The dog happened to be wearing a protective vest designed to shield him from the sharp tusks of a wild boar. Luckily, it protected him from the nasty claws of the roo, too, which can cut through flesh. Greg Tonkins ran into the ring unprotected.
He chins the kangaroo, does he?
The gut from the kangaroo could quite easily have disemboweled him. The dog was able to break free, and suddenly Greg
I like that the
Tonkins
kangaroo
found
stands
himself
up and then the guy just chins him.
so he put up his dukes.
He just goes, right, boxing,
All in one
bang.
punch, a sweeping right bare knuckle fist to the mount.
It didn't know what to do.
He looks taken
Nah,
aback.
he was dazed. Definitely dazed. He fucking chinned him.
Reconcile what had happened,
Yeah, it's
Stupid
has the same sort of effect.
Boom!
Man, that's crazy.
Check it out again.
Beautiful.
Honestly.
I feel bad for it though.
Kangaroo accepted
No,
defeat.
fuck that. Man.
He was trying to take man's best
I know, but like, I don't know. He felt threatened, you know.
But he didn't go and beat the shit out of the kangaroo. He hit it once and then walked away.
Yeah, true.
He
True.
stunned him and then he's like, he fucked it. The kangaroo's fine. He's not gonna die.
Yeah, true. But real life is like The Last of Us Part 2, where everyone's like has autonomy and stuff. You know. Yeah.
Except for that's a really bad. I was about to say except for women in America. That is a really fucking bad joke. I'm so sorry.
What's I don't even get.
That's kind of funny.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of funny though, because like it's taking the piss out of America and they're like
And they're stupid
dumb
laws.
shit.
My
Yeah.
my delivery was really bad because I prefaced it by saying this is a really bad joke. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Do we have anything else to talk about on today's episode?
Shall I talk about
Don't say it.
Nah, okay.
You're a fucking
Never
piece
done.
of shit.
But I didn't even say anything. I didn't say a thing. I didn't say anything. I could have come up with like a really great topic for the first time ever, but I won't do it now.
I have a topic.
Go on.
Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm just joking. Fuck that shit.
I was about to leave. I was like, I'm not talking about that shit. No.
George, that was just my attempt at a joke. We weren't actually going to go there.
I was getting excited for a second.
I literally wouldn't. That's another reason I'm leaving. I wouldn't even come on the podcast when you guys were going to talk about the new Assassin's Creed. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be there.
Did we even do
Fuck
a
that.
podcast about it?
You guys did. I didn't go. I didn't.
I
I,
can't.
didn't.
Oh fuck!
I literally
forgot.
didn't go on it because I didn't want to talk.
The
about
last
it.
podcast I remember doing was the one in which the world could be saved with Elvis Spanking, and I don't remember the actual gaming talk.
Do you know what you need? Good old fashioned spanking.
Let's back that.
You guys didn't even get to see it, did you?
Oh dear.
Oh,
This is the Elvis Spanking remastered, which is more important than talking about anything.
Yeah, it's the most important thing.
This is the best part of your week.
so
You're about to watch Elvis
Hawaii
Spank.
Blue is an Elvis film. Great Elvis film. It's terrible, but they're great because it's Elvis. But now we have already done this, but it's just funny in person. So, and you're gonna have to look up the video yourself. It's titled "Scene from Blue Hawaii." It's got 6.9 thousand views. No one's watched it, because like Josh had to. We're gonna get copyright for it, so don't put it in, Josh. But Elvis, essentially, this movie, Elvis comes back from the military, back to Hawaii. Very similar to his real life, where he was in the military, and then did a lot of movies in Hawaii in the early 60s. Elvis, in the story, gets a job showing people around Hawaii. Now, he has a girlfriend that somebody wants to marry, that he's in love with, but he shows all these girls from mainland America around the local spots of Hawaii, becomes a tour guide. One of them's like a real snarky bitch, essentially. That's her character. Just hates everything, doesn't want to be there because her parents have sent her away. But she's in love with Elvis. She tries to make a move on him because he's trying to like get her to enjoy life. She rejects him and then like drives off. He rejects her, sorry. And then she drives off, tries to kill herself by throwing herself into the ocean. Now, this is the climax of the movie that I'm about to show you. Now, I want to preface this by saying this is the climax of the whole film.
It's insane.
So what's happening is she's the villain, and what he does is solve the issue, and then everything's fine. So what he does is resolve everything and make her a good, like becomes a good person. That's what he does as the hero of the story in the climax of the film.
Let me just go. Blow my nose before we watch this. I'm like so stuffy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Ugh.
But I just again, climax of the whole movie. Yeah,
This is the this is the final boss of the movie.
it's so much cooler just from the slight air from that door. It's
Oh.
so hot in this room,
That's what happens when he's set up a load of recording equipment. Suddenly things get
and
stuffy.
lights and
And
shit.
the lights, yeah, they don't help either.
Dude, I can feel the air.
We can
And I'm
feel
like-
it, man. No, leave the door open. It's great.
I was about to say that can really help us a lot.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
since I've already seen this, you don't really need to hear my reaction, but you do want to hear James.
Okay, but let's go. If you want to play along with us.
If I'm playing this at home.
2, 1, go.
There you go.
So he's dragged her out of the ocean. He's chased her down, dragged her out of the ocean. Really nice and motivational.
Yeah.
Good guy Elvis.
How could this possibly go wrong?
Oh my
Maybe I
God.
do.
What? What the hell? Dude.
What the fuck is he still
What
going?
the fuck?
Hey!
Now watch this. Now watch. Next scene. This is the next scene. She's good now. Her hair. She's now.
She's
her
like-
Her costume's changed. Her hair's changed. She's now one of the good girls.
She's like Sandy from Greece now.
This fixed her.
Elvis fixed her.
by
Look at his,
spanking her.
look at his
And
fucking
now he's at the end
harem.
of the table with six
Harem.
gorgeous women. See? Now she all of a sudden.
What
she's
the
a-
hell?
Who wrote this movie? Was it? Did Elvis write it?
I don't know.
I don't know, but this is clearly.
I'll label it.
Fucking hell. That was
I-
crazy.
I reckon that's socialising to the standard of Ubisoft higher-ups
It's a
somehow.
1961. It's a 1961 film, so it shows you in that day and age. Like literally, it's Elvis around his 6 women, and he's the head of the table. He's like, all my women are good. They all know their place because I gave the bad one a spanking. Like, how insane is that? I was watching this movie with my parents, and because we all love Elvis, love Elvis, love his music, and then we're like, let's watch an Elvis movie, and it's corny as fucking shit, but it's got great music in it, and it's just a bit of fun. But then you get to the end, and my mother and I are in hysterics. We're like, are you fucking serious? That's the ending of the movie.
The Wikipedia page says Blue Hawaii is a 1961 American musical romantic comedy drama film directed by Norman whatever and starring Elvis Presley. The screenplay by Hal Cantor was nominated by the Writers Guild of America in 1962 in the category of Best Written American Musical. I mean, what else came out in 1962?
Yeah, it did have I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. That's where that song comes from.
Right. I mean, good
Which is one of
song,
the greatest songs of all
but
time.
that's not part of the screenplay.
No, but it was
Because Hal
nominated for,
Cantor did not write that song.
no, but it was for best musical, right?
Well, it's the
Need
best. It's the
No
best
best
written.
spanking.
It's the best written American musical. So it means the writing specifically of the film.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
wild. There were some better movies back in the day, you know.
Yeah, not in 1961 though.
Not really there were some good movies back in
Musicals?
the day, right? But like surely their
Elvis
bar
was the biggest
like-
star in the world at the time. You got to remember that.
But he didn't write the film.
Doesn't matter. Anything he's in.
But like they had a bar, right? Like for what counts as a good movie.
Yeah, and that was
You
the
know?
bar.
Like in
Because
1961.
that was okay then. Think about that.
What happened to Alfred Hitchcock?
In 1961,
you know?
Martin Scorsese
You'd
was
seen him.
alive. You know, he already had determined what true cinema was from when he was a child. You know,
Was he alive? Was he around?
of course he was alive in the 1960s. He's older
He's
than
older-
our mother, and she was born
Oh,
in
is he really?
1963. Yeah. What do you mean? Is he really?
Sorry,
Yeah,
I don't
he
know. I
is-
just thought he
he-
wasn't that old.
His Martin Scorsese's old as shit.
Yeah, you're right. He was 19 when that movie came out. So he must have seen that and he dedicated his life to film because he was like, no one will ever have to see something like that ever again. I will make cinema for the rest of my day. And then everyone was just into like the MCU
Yeah.
and he wants to kill himself.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, Martin. I'm with you. I'm on your side. The Irishman needed to be that long.
Yeah. Still better than Marvel movies.
Oh, wait, yeah, way better.
It's not better than Iron Man 3, alright? That's a great film. I like it.
Iron
Fucking
Man 3.
shit
Have you
movie,
seen
dude.
Have you seen The Irishman?
Yeah.
Have you?
I didn't finish it.
Ah.
It's long. It's long.
It was good.
The sort of vibes are really good.
I like it.
Just gonna be asked to watch.
Good vibes.
I like it more than Goodfellas, I think.
Isn't that pizza?
Did you? Better than Goodfellas.
Did I say that on the podcast or have I just said that?
You like The
now?
Irishman better than Goodfellas?
I think so.
The fuck's wrong with you?
Well, I like Wolf of Wall Street better more than Goodfellas.
I'd accept that.
I just didn't like.
Wolf of
Goodfellas
Wall
that
Street's
much.
better than The Irishman by a
I like
landslide.
I think I like The Godfather better than Goodfellas.
Okay, that's fair.
I just didn't like
The
Goodfellas that
Irishman's
much.
not as good as Goodfellas.
I just think I understood what was going on better.
Okay.
And maybe I need to watch Goodfellas again.
You know what's better than all of them though? The 2008 TV show Breaking Bad.
I mean,
Good TV show. Yeah.
it's a very
Good.
different. It's a great TV show.
The greatest TV show ever made, the greatest piece of media ever made is Breaking Bad.
Greatest piece of
I don't know
media?
about that. It is one of the. I'd say I think objectively in the top 10 greatest TV shows ever made.
I'd
The Breaking
say
Bad.
I would argue objectively it's the best, but
I still don't know. About that.
subjectively it's not my favorite.
It's not my favourite.
I have favorites above it,
But I don't think anyone can mention it.
Well, it's just like emotional factor, like things that I'm tied to, like Doctor Who and Avatar. Those two things, I'm like,
I like Sons of Anarchy
They
better
mean
than
more to
Breaking Bad. That's my favorite show of all time.
You said the exact same thing.
So-
And he rewatched Breaking Bad and was like, actually, no.
I've watched Sons of Anarchy through like
George, if
5
you're not
times.
careful, your hand gestures are going to spill that wine.
Yeah, to be fair,
All over
you're being
James's
very
wonderful rug.
liberal with that wine. Yeah, more wine. Yeah, it's true. True.
It's always been complicated. This is going to be an absolute fuck to me,
But
but we trust you.
Sons
guys.
of Anarchy I like more
I
than.
need to watch it. I need to watch it. To be fair, it's been on my list for a long time, but you
I want
know,
to watch it. Yeah.
I just haven't got around to it.
But
Oh.
Breaking Bad's up there. Black Sails is a good one. It's not in the top 10. It's not better than
Black
Breaking Bad or
Sails.
anything. But like we scrolled past that the other day. I'm
So
like, what a
good.
perfect 5-season.
Yeah, they didn't fuck it up in
They
the
did not fuck.
end?
Like literally, I was still like, oh, are they already ending it? But then it's like, okay, good.
so
because
good, satisfying conclusion.
from
Tell you-
beginning to end.
I do want to watch, and it's became a meme, but I do want to watch Better Call Saul.
I've heard amazing things.
We
about
memed
Better
on
Call
it for
Saul.
years, but
Yeah,
everyone's like, "This is incredible."
like it's as good as Breaking Bad. People are saying.
Mm.
I really want to watch it as well. I mean, Saul Goodman as a character is fucking phenomenal. So like to see his backstory and how he saw. I mean, fucking Jesse and Walter in the last season, aren't they? At some point,
Apparently
like, as
so,
like
yeah.
a sort of, you know, to link it to Breaking Bad. And you know, obviously, I'm not just gonna watch it for that because it's its own show. And
Cameos.
yeah, like I'm not gonna watch fucking 6 seasons of Better Call
Is
Saul.
Skylar gonna
just
be
so
in
I'm
it?
gonna- They're gonna put Marie in it.
For 5 minutes, I want to see Hank. Just the back of his bald head.
There's some great television out there, and you can't deny. Like, even I know you think because of drama it just sits up there, but you can't say like the Seinfelds and Friends aren't up there with some of the greatest television
I don't
ever
think Friends is
produced.
incredible.
Seinfeld?
though.
Seinfeld, bro.
I've seen a few episodes of Seinfeld.
And dude, Friends is like pop culture changing.
It's a joint pleasure of mine, Friends.
How Much Your Mother I like better than all of those, but I don't think it's probably objectively better than
I
like a
will
Seinfeld,
say-
for example.
I will say there's probably nothing that would be
The Office.
quite as akin to torture as Friends is for me. I think. I think.
I could not imagine watching you watching Friends.
No.
Like that would be a weird sight.
No,
You're like, oh, what's Joey doing this time? Like,
Oh yeah, I love seeing these 100% funny comedies that need laughing tracks to let you know when you should be laughing, because that is the sign of an amazing sitcom.
I mean, until the last 2 seasons, Game of Thrones was the greatest show ever produced.
That took a right tumble, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. When it comes, I don't know if I'm a big fan of like say comedy per se, and I do quite like the occasional TV show that comes along. But I don't say I sit there and I could give you a list of things that I think are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that I can switch my brain off and just enjoy watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, there always is. Could I tell you about it the next day? Could I fuck? I'll forget about it before I even finished watching it.
It's gonna be me with the Last of Us TV show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch 5 seconds of it and be like, oh.
Yeah.
To be fair, the trailer looked good, I thought.
I
For the
thought it
Last of Us.
actually did as well. To be fair.
I do have a take on this,
Okay.
which I think is an interesting one.
Do you?
you-
You think your take's interesting?
I think I'm pretty interesting.
Yeah.
People have been asking me about this, and I think the trailer looks probably exactly like what people would probably want, but for me, I think that a show like this needs to be able to convey like the same like core themes and vibes across, and like get that message across. But I don't just want it to be the exact same thing, because then like why would I not play the game, which is gonna be the definitive version? So it's like,
Well, is it for people that don't play?
well, yeah, and if in that case, like that's fine. And if it is just a retreading the game exactly the same, and it
You don't
gets
need
the
to
same
watch it.
stuff across, it's cool. I don't give a shit. But for me, if I like watch it and want to get something out of it, I want this show to like. I don't want it to change what the game means. I don't want it to like change the whole meaning of The Last of Us. But I would like to see it like Joel and Ellie do something different. Maybe take us in a different direction that like leads us to the same place, so that I can get some value out of it. So I can play the game again and I can rewatch the show again and be like, oh, I get different things from each thing, but like it means the same to me, sort of thing.
I guess why I've always thought you don't need a game or a movie for The Last of Us or sorry, not a game, a TV show or a movie for The Last of Us or Uncharted, because people are like, well, they should make them like, why? Because they would just have to do the same thing again. The reason you want it to be a TV show or a movie is because you feel like when you play it, you're playing a movie, which is the point of the game.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm like, you don't then need... It can't... Nothing's better if done as a game than as a TV show or movie. Nothing is then better as the show or the movie. It can't... Because the reason it's good is because it worked as the game. They're not going to make a God of War movie and be like, this is going to be better than the game.
Yeah, make a God of War movie, though, and it's... something that I don't want them to do. Like, I'm sick of video game movies and TV shows like with fucking Halo and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking want them anymore.
And I think
We wanted the Halo movie for 20 years ago. We wanted the Halo movie.
I wanted like a grounded ODST movie. That's what I always wanted as a kid, because there was this fan thing or like some trailer for something that came out years ago on YouTube, and it was like this gritty sort of live action with these ODSTs and this trench fighting elites and shit, and I always wanted that, and they fucking didn't do it. They gave us Master Chief fighting weird elites with like a Ford Mondeo in the background.
Yeah.
It was a Mustang, but I know what you
Yeah.
mean. No, I find it really funny that this entire like entertainment industry has sort of like turned on its head. If you remember the Xbox 360, PS3 era, there were so many like games based on movies, and they all had one thing in common. They were all shocking.
I love licensed games.
I thought those licensed
they
games
were
were
terrible,
funny,
but
they were
great,
bad, and you
yeah.
knew what you were getting yourself into,
Yeah.
and it was a bit before everything started costing stupid amounts of money, so you could really sit down, have some fun with it, and it would be entertaining. Now it's the other way around, where all the streaming services are going, right, let's just take a game and make it movie, or make it a TV show. Let's just turn it into that. What do fans want? The same thing again, but shitter with less time.
Honestly.
So let's cut out all the bits that make it interesting and turn it into a random MacGuffin chase.
Yep.
Enter the Halo TV show.
I mean, it's not a MacGuffin chase in that TV show.
It's a
Chief's
MacGuffin
chasing
chase
after
if
pussy,
you
man.
it's a MacGuffin chase if you consider the MacGuffin to be unchaseable.
A woman.
In this in the sense
Well, I've never watched it, to be fair, but I just know that he makes sweet, passionate sex to a woman. In that, he makes. Look, I've been drinking wine, right? You
Master
leave it
Chief
out.
gets his augmented dick wet. I know what you mean. No, what I guess what I'm trying to say is it's turned the other way around. Instead of getting these licensed games that were quite funny, and they'd all be scuffed, and they'd all be based on something. You'd be like, this is like taking some dodgy pills and watching the film, but you just like get teleported into it, and it's just ridiculous, and everything's done to some dumb degree, and then there's fourth wall breaks, like press this button for this result, and all the actors are just random people rather than the actual actors who sound somewhat similar.
Or like a character would like try and teach you like a tutorial or
and
something.
they're trying to recreate those scenes but with less effect, and that would just be hilarious, but not in the best way. And now you've just got it going the other way around, where the story's being told the exact same way. It's just not in the medium of video games anymore. It doesn't fit because you know what it's meant for.
Exactly.
And so it's just flipped completely.
Exactly. And
And
most of the time, these stories they work better as a video game in the
that's
first
the thing.
place.
There's a lot more you can get away with in a video game, which is why these stories are so successful. Which is what, but the thing is, everyone's failing to realise how. Everyone's going, oh, let's turn it into a movie. Let's turn it into a TV show. It was worth that. I was like, wait, hang on. Nobody's stopping for a minute to consider that it's as good as it is because it's a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Do you know how shit as a movie the best video game stories would be?
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2, you wouldn't get enough of that. in 2
No,
hours,
no,
2.5
you would not
hours.
be able to.
You wouldn't get enough.
5 seasons of a TV show to do just the one game,
Yeah, exactly.
if that,
Exactly, and it would still be shit.
and it would still be shit.
Because it just wouldn't work.
Yeah, it wouldn't work the same way. And also, I feel like a lot of people don't they don't take video games as seriously as something like a TV show or like
No.
a movie. It's like people like everyone watches movies, and everyone watches TV shows, but not everyone plays video games.
No,
whereas
exactly.
it's such a great medium for storytelling. I think should be taken more seriously.
So
by
what's the
everyone.
point in all this like pointless, dumb fan service?
Someone's at the door. Did someone order something?
Noise complaints.
Do you want to grab the door then, James? Oh, we'll get it.
Noise complaints. Noise complaints.
There she comes.
This has really interrupted the flow of my point.
Yeah.
And what do I just continue and give someone an insight?
We're not sure who it is, Elva. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really intrigued. I am really interested to know who it is, though. What do you think of the wine, George? Do you like it, Caden?
It's really good. I'm enjoying it.
Do you like? Is this the first?
Oh, it's a noise complaint. Oh, mine.
Oh, the car movement. Car movement. Yeah. It's like it can't be a noise complaint. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, fine, because we'll
well,
wrap up
we-
when James,
Yeah.
when Ethan comes back.
But yeah, I mean, talking about these bloody adaptations, I think what people fail to recognize as well is when when you watch a film or you watch a TV show, it's not just the story that's important. It's not just the script that's important. It's also the set, the camera angles, the lighting. It's all of these things that make up what makes a show what it is, right? Music, everything, like editing, cuts, all of those things. And the same comes from a video game story. Like what makes Red Dead Redemption 2 so good is not just the story, it's not just the script. It's it's the open world, it's the immersion, it's the way the game feels when you play it, it's being able to interact with random things. It's the stuff that Arthur will just say as you're roaming the world, as you interact with stuff, the newspapers you can read. It's all of those things, and you don't get those things in a TV show format version of it. Like, you can put them in ways, but it's not the same. It's not that visceral, like, feeling you get, where, like, it just happens. Like, you're just roaming the world and something happens, and you're like, oh, that was really cool.
Like in a TV show, I wouldn't be able to like. Yeah, I'll hold the mic. I wouldn't be able to like set up camp in the wilderness as Arthur, and then while I'm cooking some meat or something, someone attacks me out of nowhere, and then I kill them, and then I'll get a bounty on me and I have to go run away or fight the police. Like, you wouldn't get that in a TV show because I'm not interacting directly with it.
Exactly. And you could tell the story, you can retell that narrative, but you lose a major part of the experience of that game by translating it to a different format.
Yeah.
Which is what I think makes it more difficult. And I think one of the things that makes video game novels so good usually is the fact that they delve into they don't retell, they tell new things and they explore other areas. And I think that's what makes like that format so good. So I think in a lot of ways, if you're going to do a TV show or a movie version of a game, it needs to be a game like a Sonic, where there's not a preset story. You can tell a brand new story with these characters that's not got anything set up. Or you tell a new story in that universe, like for Halo. Don't retell Halo. Give us an extended media story. Some other Spartans, some ODSTs, some new characters doing something else. It's way more interesting and it's way more valuable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to see a different take on the Halo franchise. Fucking suck my dick.
Halo's perfect.
The game's about enough.
Halo 1 to 3 is perfect.
It is.
I don't need to see it again done differently.
I don't need to see Chief. I don't need to see Chief shagging. I don't need to see his face. Don't show me his face. Don't show me his stupid face.
No, don't need to see it. That's a huge component. That's a huge. We're not supposed to see his face. Yeah, they describe it in the novels and stuff.
Yeah.
And we see him as a kid. That's not the same as him taking off his helmet in Halo 3 or something.
Yeah,
and just seeing his face. It's not the same.
What's a line from Chief in the show? I don't need nuts and bolts or something like that. It's like, what are you doing, man? You sound like fucking.
I want to make sex to you.
I want to make sweet sex with you, baby. It's like, you're not fucking the dude from Crisis. You're Master Chief, man. Alright, fucking act like it.
Didn't get the voice, like the original voice actor.
Crazy.
Yeah, how can you not get Steve Downs? It's like, they should have got Chris Pratt.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know how the conversation has gone. I doubt I'll be able to finish my point. I had to move my car for one of James's neighbours. I am a better neighbour than James's, and I've been here a whole of 3 days. Yeah, there you
Based.
go. Based moment. I've not even been here 3 days, probably closer to 2 and a bit. So that's what are we up to?
Well, we're just finishing the conversation about adapting games to movies or television
Fuck
shows.
that. Stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely stop doing that.
Just stop doing that. It doesn't help anything.
No.
It isn't.
It makes sense from books
If you
because
wanna
it's
adapt a
visual,
universe-
written to visual.
If you want to adapt a universe from video games to movies and TV shows, you can. Just create your own fucking story within it. Like, that's the problem.
Exactly.
You don't want to be rehashing the same thing.
And not with
treading
the same
ground.
characters. Don't like be like, well, let's just take Master Chief and make our own total story. No. As in, like, do something else within the universe that's completely different.
That's completely different and separate.
Except
You
make
can
it
have-
not shit like the Assassin's Creed movie
You can
was,
have-
because they tried to do the exact right thing and just failed miserably.
Yeah, no, that's because I think they wanted to explore the exact base concept of what it was. as
But
a
they
game.
also didn't know what the base concept was.
No, they didn't pay attention to it. They just thought, hey, we'll get the bits that make for the best visuals, and we'll leave it at that. And then they made shit visuals for a shit film.
Well, it's one of the worst movies all time.
Oh,
that
it's
we
not
do
very
know.
good.
That we do
It's
know.
just
Only
a miserable
rivaled
film.
by perhaps like a Fast and the Furious.
But if you
Yeah.
create your own story within these universes, that works as a TV show, works for the purpose of a movie, you'll get better results. And that doesn't mean you can't have your fan service moments. Just don't fucking overdo it.
Yeah.
Don't give yourself an excuse to overdo it. Don't put yourself in a position where you lose the self-awareness to be able to tell what is fan service and what isn't.
Yeah.
Just tell a story that's unique. If, say, for example, if you were to make a show about a game that is a massive RPG, you wouldn't then go, right, let's turn that into like one season. Here we go. This is that.
Yeah.
That would just not work, would it?
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be the same thing. You can create your own story within that universe, canon or otherwise, and it would be as long as it's entertaining and it's got a good, it's well written, it's got a good narrative, and it looks good. It's all right, isn't it?
Saw at the door. He's lasted so long
Fuck
too.
off.
Alright, do you want to let Sora in for the end while we wrap up? We might as well have some.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for our for now our
POV.
final in-person
Rather
Four
not.
Pillars podcast.
That's true.
I'd be surprised if there's not something one day in the future in person, because it's not like the last time we're all gonna be together or we're gonna see each other. That, you know, because we're friends first before anything else, and that's always how it's been, and that's always how it will be, and that's why we've made the decision we've made and why we're doing what we're doing. So, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. We love you all and appreciate you all. And we'll see you all for the next episode of the Four Pillars podcast.
Yeah,
in
because
the
we're still
coming week.
going till the end of the year, so
Yep.
we'll see you for the next few ones. We've still got a few more in us. Still be having good times, good game.
Yeah, it's true.
Our days are numbered. The end is nigh. You gonna say goodbye, Sora?
Sora, do you
Yeah,
want
man.
to come up here? Do you want to come up here? Come up. Sora,
Come on, Sora.
join us on the couch.
Listen
Come
to
on
Tyler's instructions and completely ignore him.
Right.
Ah, is he trying to fuck you?
Hey, come here. Come here.
Ah, the Wolfga.
wolves in Asgard.
Hey, buddy.
All right, well, let's wrap this
Right,
shit
I won't
up
get much better than this.
so
Sora,
we can all
sit.
go to bed.
Sora, sit.
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 He's not gonna listen.
Are you telling me to sit?
He don't care.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
Sit.
Sit.
Push
Why
his
would
butt
he
down.
sit? He does not
Push
know
his
this
butt
word.
down.
Sit down.
Oh wow.
Sit down. He's close. He's gonna do it. Sit down. Sit down. Don't fucking embarrass me. Okay. Sit down. Sit down. You can do it. Come on, buddy. Sit down.
He's
You
doing
gonna
it.
sit down, buddy? You gonna sit down?
You're dumb. You're dumb.
Yay! Good boy, Sora.
There we go.
Good boy. All right, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.